I feel kind of good knowing that people are just waiting in that room right there.
They're ready.
Power's dangerous.
Are we live?
Yeah, we are. Dude, my fucking head is hot, Tom. Like wearing a beanie is kind of uncomfortable.
It's
It's
cold
hot
here,
still.
Man. Cold.
Yeah. I don't think it's cold enough for me. I might have to switch this out. Oh wait, hold on. I can hear one of you guys' feedback.
That was me.
Oh, you fucker.
Episode 33, and you still haven't figured it out.
All right.
I will get us in the comments.
Yo, I bet people in the chat probably right now don't even think that we know we're live. They're like, look at these fucking buffoons.
Yeah.
Look at these freaks.
But then they're like, damn, what's that beanie that Tom's wearing?
What is that beanie, man? I want one, man.
Guys, welcome to Tea Time, episode 32, I think, 32 or 33. We've got a sicko guest on. We got Zerk back on the channel. I feel like this should be like a thing. We should have like a monthly check-in where you just come in every month.
Yeah, man. I sit there and I'm like, oh, don't invite me this week. Don't invite me this week for sure. And then like, next week. It's always next week. And then here we go. Get the DM. And I'm like, yeah, it's on.
Well, to be honest, actually, sometimes I actually choose against the guest just because me and Tom, we can't, we're just so fucking busy. It's like, it's really hard to catch up. And that's why I'm glad we have these tea times. Because it's honestly, the first 20 minutes is me and Tom. We just check in and just talk about whatever shit's been happening for the past week. And it's fun. But anyways, since we got you, Zerk, do you want to, we usually run through like what's been happening between all of us. So do you want to start? I know you and Tom work together pretty much with everything.
So yeah. You know what? First up, I'll say this. He is looking very different to how he looked about, 8 hours ago.
Damn, Liam, you lost a few pounds. You went to the sauna.
Miserable 8 hours ago.
Oh, miserable. I always look miserable before 5 p.m. I need some food in me first. But yeah, man, it's been a busy one. Obviously, bit of a shitty market still. It's pretty rough out here, but we're busy. We are very, very busy, and it just got way busier. So obviously got the Zerk Pass going on. It's like my core focus. And we have Unorthodox, which is also my core focus. Bringing in some more cool Web2 brands, working with a ton of Web3 brands as well, and helping them navigate the space and kind of take them to launch. But I've also just picked up another project that I will now be operating. The founder's kind of taken a step back. It was Neuromod. So originally I was advising that project, but it was just going so slow. Like I was putting ideas forward and nothing was really happening, and it reflects badly on me, right? So I was like, just give me the fucking reins, let me run it, let me do it now, and that's what we're doing. So yeah, super busy, but excited, man. Like I told you, I've been playing around with AI. Honestly, it's fucking nuts. It's like literally blowing my mind. I've been using it for like 7 days, and it's just insane. So you need to check it out. I'll message you after this call. Or I'll give you a little rundown. But
actually, I think it'd be really good for Cade. I think he'd come up with some fucking cool shit.
What is your favorite thing it's been able to do, Liam?
Well, I managed to draw myself with a 6-pack bod with a 12-inch cock.
Oh shit!
Hang on. You call that 12 inches? Fucking hell.
No. It's just good. Like I've got a pretty creative mind, right? So I'm always thinking about different things, and I'll be laying in bed and I'm thinking about what like the Zerk ecosystem looks like, and how that could look like if it was in a movie, for example, or what Neuromod looks like, and what the different colors look like in this futuristic world. And then what I can now do is with those thoughts and just that description of those thoughts, I can then get this AI to produce like real high quality art. Like if you've got time, go on my profile and just check out some of the art I've been posting. It's insanely crazy.
Can I pull it up now?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
It is absolutely insane. Like
wait, also to the chat, is Liam's video audio good? Is it synced up? On my end, the video is a little bit laggy. Audio is good, but I see Zerk talking from like 5 minutes ago. Oh wait.
Hello.
Where'd he go? Oh, there he is.
Turn it off and turn it back on again. Wait, so are you?
Oh, it's fixed.
Is that better now?
Yeah, a little bit better for sure. Okay, what do I type in? Do I go to zerkpass.com? Something like that?
Go on NFTZerk profile, Twitter.
Okay. All right.
Look at this. We're in for like 4 minutes. I'm already shilling. This is great.
Well, listen, look, you're not as crazy as I would have hoped. If I had that AI tool, I probably would have seen what I look like with some titties on me. I'm not gonna lie. I want to see how good I look.
That's it, mate. That's true. Well, I didn't want to. But I've got the free tits, my friend.
All right.
Yeah, check it out.
So I can pull it up. It's always slow. The internet's always slow whenever I'm streaming at the same time. Like I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I literally have an Ethernet cord. I'm like, what else do I need for faster internet? I don't get it. Like I've done everything. And it's still fucking slow when I stream.
I don't know, mate.
It might be restream. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm gonna share my screen so everyone can see. Here we go. All right.
So scroll down, mate. Scroll down, and then like a really good one.
Oh,
but keep going. Like this Neuromob one is insane. Look at that.
Wait, was that it?
It's cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is? Well, yeah.
So like the whole idea that I had was these guys are in this like deranged futuristic world and everything's a mess. Earth's basically going to shit and it's all just like getting run off of neon signs and cables and there's just a mess everywhere, right? And like I could literally portray that and the AI took it from my brain essentially and put it into this crazy piece of art. And it's just nuts. Like the detail that you can go, you can make it more high quality, you can make it more realistic. I kind of like this effect where it looks like concept art for a game, but it's just nuts.
And it takes like 9 seconds to fucking render and create.
Are you serious?
Yeah, bro. It's fucking
okay, hold on.
I
seem to have forgotten everything. Tell me what does Neuromod have to do with this? Neuromod is this the lore for Neuromod and you're using an AI system that you found to do the art for you?
Yeah, so if you click the Neuromod account, you'll see, you can scroll down. So this is the project that I've now taken over, but that is AI right there.
Dude, what? How?
It's fucking wild, isn't it? Dude,
yeah.
How fast it happens as well. It's fucking insane.
What do you type in, Zerk? How do you get this to happen?
So to type in what I typed in for that, I typed in futuristic universe with girl that is like stressed out, moving through the city. Reflection on the floor from the rain that's coming down. Like I literally described the scene that I had in my head, like detail to detail, you know, bright lights. I had hover cars in there somewhere, but I don't think they rendered. But you know, you get the picture, and then it kind of, you keep rendering it, you keep messing around, give it a futuristic look at trending artists on ArtStation, and then, you know, I kind of find like the clothing I like and then mention that. And yeah, it just like adds it all together and just like compiles it based on data across Google.
You reckon she's taking that walk of shame?
She's just been gangbanged by 6 robots up an alleyway, mate.
Oh god.
Oh boy. Dude, that's fucking sick. That is really, really cool.
I'd be very excited to see what you can turn out with this kind of shit. Like I think this would be epic.
It's the future, man. Surely like that you should be able to tell a story easily. You know, it shouldn't have to be this long, lengthy process of going to an artist and saying, hey, this is what I'm thinking. Can you do it? And oh, cool. The artist does it. It takes 6-7 days to get back a big scene, and you don't like it. You go back and make changes. When in reality, you can now go, fuck, pop it into AI. I'll mess around for 5 minutes and make the perfect scene, and then I'll just keep moving on to the next part of the story. So, you know, I'm doing this.
That's lit.
Yeah, man. It's fun. It's like super interesting.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that's good for me because I wonder if it can do also like PFP style things. Have you tried that out?
Yeah. So like that like demon thing you saw on Zerk, like that smoky dude, like there's a bit of alpha, but like
what?
The next generation of Zerks. So but like if you read the whole story on my page, I'm like every day I'm writing this new chapter, and you'll see there's like beautiful dojos and these demons and all this stuff. So I'm bringing it to life, and then I'll start to drop that in as we get more and more closer to the time of launch. How can we get hold of this utility? Possibly building
that gives me a lot of ideas. So like me and Tom, I think, talked about this once for like soulbound tokens with the access keys. And because I want people who are in that community, even though it never was like a PFP community, I was like, oh man, like I don't want to probably do a big PFP collection, or maybe I will in the future. But for now, also it'd be cool to have some kind of interchangeable PFP for the people who are holders of my NFTs to have, because it's just art pieces. Like, I mean, I guess Tom could put his art piece as his profile, but it's a picture of fucking me walking on the street, so it look kind of strange. Yeah. But I want to do some PFPs. That's cool shit, dude. That's really, really cool.
Fucking fun, yeah. Super interesting. Like, But this is the crazy thing, right? You look at the likes of architects, you look at the likes of graphic designers, fashion designers.
Yeah,
they're AI can create all of this stuff.
They're fucked. They're actually fucked.
Yeah, but like I think we're not fucked, but it's going to be easy for us. Like we can basically get that to do all the legwork, and then we just pick the bits that we like, and then just smarten it up and clean it up.
And that's why that personal branding is huge. I mean, if you guys look at well, I mean, I guess you could use like my ring for example. Like yes, an AI can make this ring, but the reason I bought the ring is because Faces Are Faces was the artist, and I bought his art, and I like him, and I like his personality, so I want his stuff. And it's kind of the same with most of my art pieces, but like it wouldn't feel as cool just buying an AI generated thing because I know it's AI generated, even if it's like, I guess even if it's still flex, I would still know I'm kind of like not a fraud, but like, I don't know. I'm not sure how people are going to look at AI art. I feel like now it's kind of hard to sell just because people are like, it's not real.
Yeah, okay. The thing is, you say that. So like Zerk showed me like a bunch of rings that he had made and they looked unbelievable. Like these were like, they look like full rendered, like real, like hyper realistic. They look like they had been like it was in absolutely fucking insane. There's no way you could tell it wasn't like a real ring that just had a photo taken of it. And there it was ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. So yeah, like saying how you could do this for like you could do it for a shirt, like merch design, that kind of it just was insane.
Yeah.
I've just DM'd you the photo, Cade. Check it out. Like you don't have to show anyone, but like you get the idea.
I want to see. Wait, can I show? Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's mad wild, isn't it?
Wait, hold on. You own this is real?
That's AI.
AI.
But if you printed that out, it would come out like this?
You can get it made.
With like how I mean, yeah, I guess so. I would just be why is this not focusing? There we go. That's fucking tight.
It's dude, how insane is that? That's AI made that.
Genesis Zerk rings inbound, people.
Wow.
So sick.
Well, that gives me hope because I want to be able to make custom everything. Like I'm obsessed when I was growing up, like with making custom stuff on Amazon. And so now that I have my brand, I can do that. But damn, that's wild, dude. That's fucking wild. But also speaking of like the brand and the lore that you were talking about, I just did a review on a couple of different projects. One of them was Izu. And I still have to edit that video. But that's where I was talking with Izu. I was like, look, you guys are gonna try this Wedern. It's gonna be fucking probably 100,000 times harder than you imagine because this is very, very like huge. And I feel like they're wasting an opportunity with their art. It's so good. I don't know if you guys saw the Izu art, but it's fucking good. It looks like an actual card game. Really, really good art. And I was like, damn, they really should lean heavy into this lore aspect. Try and make it something there because I don't know what you guys think about the Wedern, but that is a fucking tough game that they're gonna try and win there.
I just feel like there's too many ways to cheat the system. Like me and Tom have spoken about it. Like, what did you say? Like cutting off the badges and sticking it in a fucking backpack and stuff like that. And like,
well, not only that, like how do you reward fucking introverts who don't leave the house? Like they're just gonna wear it all day, but does the person going on runs and going to parties get more because they're actually? I guess I mean they are in a way like they're giving back more. It's just more like I feel like that kind of thing would be more angled toward people who are going out and partying and going out to events and going to New York City and stuff like that because that was the point of it. But if like some other person has like a family and they want to participate and get some money, they like can't. It feels like the way it's set up right now.
What are you gonna do if you're like Cade and you wear Gucci slippers all day every day and he's not gonna get fucking paid? It's unbelievable.
Exactly. I mean,
I think about your Gucci slippers at least twice a week.
Look at this shit, guys. Hold on.
It looks like you fucking taped a dead animal.
The insole has fallen out. This thing is absolutely fucked on its last staying limbs. And I just Googled it to figure out how much I'd have to pay to buy them again. It's over $1,000 now. I'm like, oh.
How much did you pay for those?
I paid at least $400 or $500 for those. A few, like, I mean, that was like 6 years ago or something like that. And I'm pretty sure I got like a discount. I don't even know. But yeah, they're well over $1,000 now. So that's tough.
Yeah. Every time I pass an old dying dog in the street, I think of you, Cade. I'm like, oh, that dog was like Cade shoes.
Right. Damn. Okay. Tom, do you want to talk about the thing you texted me about?
Do you know what? I can. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to talk about it like in huge detail because it is definitely this is alpha before alpha becomes alpha. But because
you just told me you were gonna talk about it though.
Wait, were we? Yeah, let me just
send this whole text. Hold on, maybe not.
Do I know what it is, Tom?
Yeah, you definitely do.
Let's see. He said, "Can finally give you the alpha." Oh, okay. The way you made it sound, I was like, "Damn, this guy's got. He's gonna drop it all."
No, this is your alpha just for you. But like,
okay.
like that. So we can talk about this like generally because it will come out eventually. But so myself and Zerk are working on a project that is we expect it to be a pretty decent project. With some really cool fashion collabs coming down the line, but we're working with them, and we're working on ways in which we can kind of grow the ecosystem. One of the ways, and this is just a tactic that we're choosing to use, is we're creating POAPs, so proof of attendance protocols, and giving them to selective people within that we kind of respect, people that we think would like to be involved with the project in some degree. Cade is one of them. And yeah, it'll probably be becoming public in the next kind of week or two. But yeah, only 100 people on the entire planet will be getting these POAPs, and it will be a very, very big project. And it's exciting to be a part of it.
Damn, epic. Sounds good to me. What else? So we've been doing time. You wake up, you do unorthodox. You're not posting YouTube videos. What's the?
Well, I kind of did drop the alpha last week, but I'm in the process of scheduling guests for podcasts. So I'm like not fucking around anymore. It's going to be I'm like looking for some big hitters. Got the first one scheduled in for Monday. I will be making an announcement, but I'm waiting to do the announcement in my club first, and then I'm going to make it publicly on Twitter. But it will make sense, and I'm I'm personally really fucking excited about it. So yeah, just look out for it. Look out, just like very excited, but it will be getting announced shortly.
Is it Unorthodox podcast or Summit Club podcast?
No, so this is a Summit Club podcast, which is basically the evolution of my channel. And this talk, like we've spoken about this publicly, so I've spoken about this with UK. I've also spoken about it with Liam. So I haven't, I can't make generic business content. Because I haven't grown a business before, so even though I'm interested in it, I can't talk about it like I know about it, which is kind of frustrating because I feel like I learn a lot of stuff, but I can't talk about it. But I feel like that's reasonable. I haven't fucking done anything, so maybe in years to come. But in the interim, what the entire like idea that I had for the Summit Club was to like interview the most interesting people on earth. And people who are like high performers across different industries, different verticals. So yeah, at the moment I'm lining up people who are across like art, comedy, science, health, kind of extreme sports. So I'm just like lining people up. There'll be a lot of familiar faces that you guys know. At some point, you guys will obviously be on it. But yeah, that's kind of what the intent of like the channel is going to be.
So you're heading fully into podcasting then?
Yeah, I just realized that there's nothing I can't go on. I can't go on and talk about stuff like business, like some of the guys on YouTube talk about, the people that I look up to. So I'm gonna wait a few years. Like I'm not gonna try and cheat and just be like talk about shit that I don't know about. But I know I can speak to people. That interests the fuck out of me. Grow my network. At the same time, doing the same with Unorthodox, like that's going to be like our Web3 based content, like really hyper focused Web3, but as well as entrepreneurship. So I can talk about entrepreneurship with Liam because he's been there and done it. So I can ask him questions, his insights. I just can't talk about it myself. So it's good
to have someone in the corner. Like I have Devin for that. Like he's already done a whole business. He made like, I don't know how the motherfucker was making like at least $10 to $20,000 for like a per month for a long time. And I remember I was just like, that is fucking nuts. Like I've never met someone who like actually was pulling in that kind of number, and it was cool. But like you learn a lot. It's not like he was doing anything crazy. He just like was doing things, and he was filled a good niche in a market that needed it, and he crushed it. But like watching him do all that stuff and like how he dealt when people with like a big influence would reach out, try to get free shit, and he would just be like, fuck off. And I was like, oh, okay, like that's where you get the respect. And I was kind of like watching it. So that's cool shit, dude.
Well, it's quite funny you say that. Just when we talk about like monthly revenues and stuff and incomes, I like I literally asked this to Liam the other day. I was like, mate, what's the most you've taken in a month? And I was thinking like maybe like $40,000-$50,000. And the fucking numbers he threw back at me were.
Wait, can you say it, Zerk? You're an e-com guy. I feel like you guys talk about numbers. It's all right?
Yeah. So I'll give you a bit of a background on the product itself. It was a digital product. I found it in lockdown, right? So just doing the standard sort of e-commerce reverse engineering that I usually do to find a product. This was like the first week of lockdown here in the UK, and hit it hard. I was like, fuck, this is gonna blow up. This person is doing X number already. I'm gonna basically take what they're doing and start running it on Facebook and Instagram, and then like put my own spin on it. Mate, it did go crazy. So I'll show you.
Oh God. Dude, I've heard some crazy shit from ecom people, dude. That stuff. God, I wish I'd like business, dude. I wish I liked it at all. I wish I could just bring myself to do shit like this. I just can't. And
that's fine. Yeah,
like it's not for everyone. I don't necessarily enjoy e-commerce, but I like the money, and I think it's fine to just like the money from it. Yeah,
you're right.
So this is the digital product, 90% margin. Like it was fucked.
Jesus.
This is it going to be backwards?
No, I can see it. 200. Don't tell me that's 200K.
Yeah, these are per month.
What the fuck? Wait. Okay, how much of that goes to like paying off employees, if you had any, or any of that stuff? How much was it again?
Employees were in the Philippines. I probably paid the employees like 60,000-70,000. Can you see that?
Wait. That's $2 million?
Yeah, that was in like a year.
In a year.
Yeah.
God.
That was a digital product found on Etsy. So like, it's funny that Tom mentioned that about the e-commerce stuff on YouTube, because like that's how I want to pivot my content, because it's tough talking about NFTs right now.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
But this topic is interesting as well, because I was speaking to a guy at an NFT event the other day, and he kind of did the same thing in the property niche. Pav, Tom, not property. Yeah. I think it was property, but he was doing like 250, 300K a month, and he was like, it just breaks down that concept of money. Like you stop treating it like it's this like fucking crazy thing on a pedestal, and you're like, oh, actually, this is all just a massive fucking game. You just have to get on with it, keep trying shit, and eventually you'll crack it. And then once you crack it once, you have that confidence to crack it again and again and again. So, yeah.
What was the first dumb thing you bought, Zerk?
Oh, mate, I fucking bought some dumb shit. I bought a Ford Mustang.
You bought hold on. You're pulling in 200K a month, and you bought a fucking Mustang.
Yeah, but dude, here in the UK, that's an exotic car.
Yeah.
Bro, what type of shit is this? A Mustang? Is it pretty? All right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good looking. That's pretty good looking.
But I sold it because I bought a house, so I can't park it outside the house. So we bought a house and stuff, and I bought a shitload of shoes. I bought like, this is the dumbest thing I ever bought.
Ape Fest clothes.
Fuck you. So if you guess what's in here. If you guess it right, I'll send you.
Wait. Okay, hold on.
I don't actually know this. I haven't seen it.
Wait, put it close to the camera so I can read that.
It's just Stussy.
Well, hold on. Don't say anything. So this is an item that you bought.
Yeah.
It's expensive. Heavy. It's got to be
heavy. Isn't it heavy?
It's got to be a watch.
No way.
Fuck.
I haven't looked at these since I bought them because they just stay in the box.
It's Gucci shoes.
No, it's Stussy pool balls.
Fucking.
What?
I'm not surprised why you didn't send me those. Why you didn't send them to me.
Bro.
Damn. Table.
I thought you didn't buy anything that was going to bridge the gap.
I didn't even buy the pool table. I didn't even go to the pool table.
That's so good.
Oh my god, it's fucking funny, dude. Well, now I was gonna tell my biggest month, but I'm not even gonna say it anymore. God, fucking Jesus Christ, that's ridiculous. Okay, so I was proud of this. I still am proud of this because I didn't have like a business like this. So I think it was in November. It was whatever the peak month was in 2021. I made 12,000 in 1 month. off just review videos and a couple NFT flips, and I remember just being like, "What the hell? What just happened to me?" And I just like sat there with that much money and like in one ETH wallet, and I was like, "Wow, damn, nice." And I was like, "Okay, well, all right, great." And I don't know where that money went, but I had it. It was there.
That's so good, mate. But like that's
really
the thing as well. You've got to be proud of that, and you've got to use that as your benchmark because, mate, like it took me 5 years to like really get to that point. Before that, it was like 10K months here and there, 15K months here and there, but like nothing that was like, fuck, I'm gonna buy a house now or like life changing. So
yeah,
what do you think that was the main kind of was it just you found something that worked really well, it was good timing, it was or was there any other reason? Do you think you just like understood everything, how everything fit together?
Yeah, I think experience from all the other failures that I had and the other businesses on the e-commerce side of things helped me obviously run my Facebook ads without any flaws. Got a background in graphic design, so I can get ads, logos, all that set up myself, websites set up myself. And that's just all stuff I've taught myself. I learned how to graphic design on YouTube. Then I got a job in a graphic design studio in London. Fucking quit that, started doing it freelance on Upwork and all this stuff. Man, like it all helps. I was getting kicked off for a second there.
just a quick ad, guys. Make sure you buy Joyage, get him clothes, no problem. I thought that shit was gonna pop up behind us. I thought it was gonna fill in the background and fucking just goes over Zerk's face. Why can't I get it to work? Why can't I get that to? All right, sorry. Continue. No,
that's all good. And then just the stars aligned. Lockdown, the stimmy checks came through in America. Everyone was spending their cash that they just got for free, and it was like a free for all. Everyone was buying everything, so I was just there at the right time.
Damn, that's crazy, dude. Yeah, that is fucking wild. I mean, for me, it was just timing. It was timing, and I was offering something that wasn't being offered at a good period. Because I think at that point is when a lot of YouTubers had stopped doing promos because they were doing their own projects. And I think I got a lot of their audience, and then just word of mouth. And there's just so many fucking projects were dropping. Like, I mean, I think Tom was doing a little bit of that kind of content too. Like, I was getting literally 10 to 15 offers a day. It was like I got to a point where I had to stop saying yes because I was doing so many of them, and I was like, it's going to devalue my YouTube channel. But these like it's so much money. Like every single ticket is a high ticket video, and I'm like, oh my god, like I don't know what to do. And it's been profitable every single month. It's still profitable. It's cutting it close a few months, but like it's been profitable every single month. But in this bear run, I was like, shit, I need some structure here. Like I don't have any structure. My self-discipline waxes and wanes, and it's just like it's so difficult to get a lid on it. And it really is the first year that I've gone like completely rogue. And so I was like, let me get a little bit of structure. And plus, I was telling Tom about this last week. I wanted to get into the bar scene anyway and just kind of work my way up at some point. So I want to buy a nightclub. And I was like, all right, well, I better learn how the bar works. So I'm going to be working at a bar a couple times a week just to get some experience behind the bar. I've always wanted to. And I was like, well, it's a few $100 a week. That'll be good. I can buy NFTs now. Lit.
Exactly. But question is like, how come do you want to buy a nightclub? I thought that wasn't really your scene. You didn't like
it's not. I don't particularly want to participate. I just want to own it. I want to be able to walk in.
I know what this is. This is a play. Have you guys seen the new Batman film?
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen the new Batman film? Fucking hell, man. That was a sick film.
It's a good film.
That was well up your street. Anyway, they like he goes into this, like, spoiler alert, goes into a warehouse rave, and it actually looks really fun. And I'm feeling like Cade just wants to be able to buy something like that so that he can be the Batman that goes into the rave and like saves everyone's life.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
That's the play. He's not there to party. He's there to knock out the bouncers.
I've always loved being. I always like being at the events. I just don't want to participate. Like, I like VIP sections look interesting to me. Like I'd rather just be there, but I don't need to like be a degenerate on the dance floor, like sweaty, disgusting.
I'm the opposite. I'm the opposite. The VIP section is not where I want to be.
I'm just like trying to relax, but I like the vibe of the energy. Like I like seeing the energy there. I just don't care to do it. I don't care to be there.
I've always wondered who these people that get the VIP section are, because I'm like, they're paying way more money. They look like they're fucking bored shitless.
They do, and I don't know for them if it's a flex to be in the VIP. For me, I just like hanging out. Like if there was like a hybrid coffee shop times bar club, that'd be lit. I don't know what that would look like, but that'd be kind of cool.
I agree. Like going to the clubs was really fun when I was single. When I was chasing girls, like that's when I fucking loved it. I was like non-stop. Like, club, student night. And now it's like got a girlfriend, had her for 4 or 5 years now. And I'm like,
damn.
what's the point?
It's like the thing is that it's like kind of like now actually I like going out and just I like doing more for like the music. So but like quite rarely. Like going out, that when we went out in New York was sick, because that was like, it was quite rare to go out and just get fucking like loose.
Oh yeah, I would do it. I mean, if it's every now and then you guys are like in town, I would definitely go out. Like that'd be fun. But most of the time you're just going out with like your local buddies, and it's just like it's gonna be fun every now and then. But for me, like it's not as fun. Pat, that's a good point, dude. VIP equals girls. That is a fact. Yeah, that's true.
That's the equation.
Yeah, that's true. Also, Pat also asked if we have. We are going to talk about NFTs, guys. I promise. We usually just do usually the first 20 minutes is me and Tom. We just riff, but since we have a guest, it's going to be a little bit longer. So we are going to talk about NFTs. I don't have an NFT guide. I've got a bunch of videos for people who are trying to get into NFTs and a playlist on my YouTube called NFT for Beginners. But I don't have like a book or like I don't know if you guys have anything like that. Do you?
There is a good one. If you go on YouTube and type in NFTZerk, they've got some really good guides over
there. NFTZerk on YouTube. Yeah. Yep. All right. Fire. Cool. Okay. Well, here, let's move on. So I'll pull up what's been going on in the Joyage kingdom in the past week, and then we'll get into what's been happening in NFT land. So I haven't done too many podcasts as of recent. That's partially because I don't actually know why. I just didn't happen as much as I thought it would. So anyways, we had since last time we talked about the merge, we had Brett Malinowski jump on for like 15 minutes. Tom was stoked about that. It's so funny that it happened on the episode NFTZerk was coming on. Like he was already nervous to come on with us, and then fucking Brett rolls in. He's like probably losing his shit, dude.
Right, who was?
He was
NFTZerk.
Do you remember I told you?
I fucking love NFTZerk.
Yeah. That show was pretty funny though. I was like, damn, that's pretty funny. Like if I was NFTZerk, like getting invited to his show just for fun, and then like Brett, like one of the OG kings of crypto and NFTs, pops in. You're like, oh wow, all right, hey.
Yeah.
So
you could tell, dude was like, what the fuck?
Tom's over there taking photos on his phone. He's like, oh shit, I better document. That was funny. So, anyways, after that, I did this is a paid Brilliance review. I had the Elio Trades video. He did not reach out, so maybe I won't be doing a podcast with Elio. At some point, I will. The podcast with Wolf Boy, community manager. It's Devin, one of my best friends from home. So we finally sat down to the pod. Then I interviewed the Izu product manager, Kyle. He's actually a really cool dude. Really liked him. So that was fun for me. Then I reviewed Atom Bomb Squad finally. And then I reviewed Bet3, which that's one of the projects I was going to actually talk about, because this is one of the first projects ever where I got vibes of Gary V's utility with a hint of collectability.
I haven't done much research into it, I'll be honest with you.
So, okay, actually, it's not the first. It's not the first, but it's the one that I was impressed with. I guess, I mean, yours is also the same. Like now that you have that art, that the NFT PFP art thing that you've got going on, that's another example. Like you guys are definitely utility focused, trying to do stuff for the Zerk Pass, and then you also have cool art. And I think that's a little bit what Bet3 is doing. So they're basically making a sports betting platform for Web3, and it looks really good. It looks professional. They've got an affiliate program. They're doing everything right. It's just going to be like the biggest question is like what happens if and when Barstool Sports comes into the NFT scene? Are they going to get completely clobbered, or is Bet3 going to be able to hold their own? So that's like the big question. But dude, I mean, Cody's fucking competent. I believe in him. The art's really good. He's like Web3 native. Obviously, he knows what he wants and doesn't want an NFT project, and that's the benefit you get of a YouTuber who's. I mean, if they're not a piece of shit, that's the benefit you get of like a YouTuber. You know?
Yeah, I wonder what the copyright is around that, because like as soon as I saw Bet3, I was like, there's definitely a Bet3 somewhere in the UK, but it's Bet365.
You think so?
And there's a Red3 and a Bet365.
It might be Bet3 NFT. On Twitter, it's Bet3 NFT, so it could be that.
It's weird, man. The way this copyright stuff works is like, if you're doing the same stuff and you have Bet3 and they've got the trademark for that and they're doing the same thing, they'll fuck you up. They'll just remove you.
Oh.
So yeah.
Yeah. This is the business. This is the gambling business in the UK where the owner, who is female, who got the biggest bonus of all time. She got, I think it was 365 million bonus in 1 year. Pounds. That's like $400 million in a year. That was her bonus. Wow. That's how much money they are taking from people.
Oh, speaking of rich royalty, Zerk, the other day, this actually probably a couple weeks now, I asked Tom about the Queen. We did a little bit of talk. I don't know too much about that. Do you have any thoughts on the Queen and that whole thing? Man, shut the fuck up.
Why are you fucking laughing? How dare you?
No, I went to a nan's the other day, and I went there, and she sat there. She doesn't call me Zerk, obviously. She's like, oh, hello, darling. I'm like, you're right, Nan. So I've been sat here for 8 hours watching the funeral. I'm so tired and sad. And she's bursting out crying. I'm like, fucking hell. But like, yeah, for the older generation, I think they grew up with some people call her their family, which is kind of fucking weird. You know, I don't sit there calling Indiana Jones my uncle, do I? Like, I grew up with him. But yeah, I don't know. It cost us $6 billion here in the UK. I heard.
Whew. God, what did
the funeral? The funeral cost something like $6 billion.
Did they raise her from the dead and then kill her again? Like, did they pay
over again? Yeah, the animatronics were about $4 billion.
Wow, that's how much it costs to get all the reptiles all in one place. $6 billion, huh? Shit.
Hey, that's my queen you're talking about, son. How expensive is the King's funeral? Oh wait, no, maybe it's millions.
Oh, all right, that would make more sense.
Oh, around 10 million. I don't know where I read that then.
Okay, so we'll just apply that to what Zerk made in a month. So his 200K month is probably closer to 2,000 per month. So just go with that.
Shit. Oh, wow.
Damn, that's quite the extreme. Quite the extreme little.
I was amazed. I was like, "What? 6 billion? Like, what sort of funeral?"
Look, you're suffering from a rounding up issue. The OpenSea is suffering from the same thing. OpenSea's recently done an IP or a UI upgrade, and it's been interesting. I think I'm just getting used to it. But anyways, also
fair play to them. It looks good, I think.
Yeah, no, it does look good. It looks professional.
Yeah,
I agree. So this video is sponsored by me. The Joyage Kingdom, we have clothes open. I think the shop is open for like a couple days. I think maybe like 4 or 5 days left. These are the items, fam. If you like the gray and tan hat, they'll be available at some point in the future. The only people who can buy them will be people who can show proof of ownership of the red hat. So that's the only way to do it. And then this is the shirts that you see me wearing all the time. The Joyage Kingdom duffel bag, I wear this to the gym, or I use it at the gym. It's sick. And so yeah, those are available for a few more days. Check them out if you want. The links for all that stuff's in the description. And then we have ETH, Bitcoin. You know, I guess it hasn't crashed that much, right? Like what did it peak out at? Do you guys remember for the merch?
1,800. Yeah, it hasn't crashed that much. Only 75% over the last, or more than, right?
Dude, look at this. You know what's funny? I don't remember ETH being this high. I never remembered it crossing over 4K, but I guess it really did get to almost 5.
That's fucking wild, isn't it? Look at it.
Yeah, that is sad, dude. Just low. Oh, dude, that was crazy, bro. When it got to like 800 something or 900, I was like, yikes, dude, we're about to crash heavy. Oh boy.
Isn't it like this I like look at these and I'm like, if there are people who have started learning about crypto in the last year and they have shit tons of liquid, and they must be every morning just waking up, just rubbing their hands, just being like, let's fucking go.
That's what I would be doing. If I had thousands of dollars coming in a day, I'd probably be dollar costing my way into like 5 or 10 coins. Just kind of.
Fuck yeah, this is insane. This is an insane. We are going to see all of these headlines in like, 2 years time. People be, fucking made like, fucking 10x. I had 1 million, made 10. That kind of shit.
Yeah, I've been watching. So I'm going to go back and check out all of Alex Becker's gaming videos where he talks about some of the coins he's going to buy that are going to be kind of laying out the infrastructure for the metaverse, like those kind of coins. He's mentioned a few that I've heard him mention multiple times over the past year. So I've watched like all of his videos, right? And there's a period when I was door dashing in my car, living in my car, traveling, where I would rewatch his videos 3 times every single time. Once at 1x speed, once at 1.5x speed, once at 2x speed. And half the time I was stoned. So I got like every single version of that video ingrained in my head. So like there's some coins where I'm like, okay, that's a coin I want to pick up in the bear market. And the good thing is with some of them, they're like super low cap. So you could throw in like $100 kind of thing. And that can do a 200x or 1,000x or something if you pick the right one. And I figured over the bear market, I'll just have a few of those. I'll pick like 5 or 10 and just throw $100 on all of them. And if any of them take, dude, money.
Can I guess 2 of them?
Yeah.
Okay. D-Race?
No.
What? How is D-Race? He bangs on about D-Race every single video.
He did, bro. He did, but I haven't heard him mention that shit since then.
Now.
I'm just saying that they're not a coin that he's mentioned since they crashed.
Superfarm?
If Superfarm is one of them, and I will buy that probably just because Elio's here, but one of them was Varium, I think it was called. variant. I don't even know if it's a metaverse coin. It's just a few that I remember. There was one called, I think, Theta might be one of them. Moon River is one of them. Like I want to pick a couple in each under each ecosystem too. Like there's a couple small cats under like Polkadot. I'll pick up a couple under Cardano. Maybe I don't know. I feel like the narrative around Cardano has kind of crumbled in the past 6 months or so. Everyone was kind of like low key bullish on them until they weren't, and then they're like, okay, maybe fuck Cardano actually. And I don't know enough about it. So
I know a dude who put in probably would have been maybe like May last year. I met for lunch with him, and he had put £1 million into Cardano.
Yikes!
That was basically on the way up to the peak of the bull run, and he was like, "Yeah, it's fucking game changing. Like all the smartest people in the world are putting all their money in." He put his full like liquid into Cardano.
Oh no!
Oh, what happened? Has he still got it?
Just absolutely fucked. Yeah, this was dust, isn't it? It's dust.
Dude,
so
unless
it gets resurrected and moons, then yeah, it's fucked.
Wow. Yeah. So there's a couple. I mean, I'll be keeping. I mean, you guys can just go. Anyone who's watching, you can just go to his channel and just type in anything about metaverse coins, just to see which ones he's talking about, and then don't go and buy them, but go and figure out which ones you like out of them. Like go and do it. It takes like 10 minutes. Just go figure out what they're doing, who's behind the project, and what the roadmap is. Like see which direction they're headed. And if you like it, then you buy it.
This is where I gave up though, because he was like, so Alex Beck was shilling all these coins and stuff, and then I was like, okay, great, gaming. He's like, gaming's going to be the best, the biggest thing. And I'm like, do you know what? This is not good news for me because I know fuck all about gaming. Sure. And then I saw Elio trades, and he was like, look, the one thing that you need to do before investing in a coin, if it's a game, you need to fucking go and play the game. And if it's fun, then you go and invest in it. And I was like, well, I'm not going to fucking go play a game because I don't play games.
Yep.
So I'm out. So I was just basically, I'm out now. So yeah. You can invest for me.
Well, it's more of investing in the infrastructure around it. Like who's going to be like building the metaverse? Who's going to build out the systems for it? What services are they going to use? Like, for example, I just did a paid really honest review on Spring Game, I think it was called. And they're making a product /service /digital service kind of thing where they basically do some of the business side for other NFT products. I forget what the specifics of it was. It was cool. And I think it was actually necessary. And so like that's one way they can sell it. But I think that's where you're going to make your money, like investing in the people selling the shovels and be like, okay, who's going to be the biggest there? Who's got the best ideas? And I think Zerk will probably echo that because I feel like that's what, because otherwise you're just taking a complete risk. And I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. It's like even in the NFT space, like the smart move in NFTs was to be a content creator in NFTs. Like every business sells the shovels. Yeah. It's the easiest path, less friction.
You just brought up, so I got to react to this video, but someone made this really interesting video, and it was talking about like the rise of like KSI and these YouTubers who are building businesses, Kylie Jenner, who are making like $billion businesses and leveraging their brand. And this is what he said. This is by a guy. I'm pretty sure this guy is like super successful, or he looks like it. He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt, so he must be successful. Yeah. So let's check out this video. I got to react to it because it was interesting. All right, here we go. Where's the play button? Is that it? Shit.
You liked it?
Fuck. All right. God damn it. All right. Now it's music.
Every traditional brand will get destroyed in 30 years. And they will get destroyed by the influencers that have built an audience through content creation and now creating businesses on top of that compete with the traditional incumbents, not technology advantage businesses. I'm talking about core consumer goods and services. They also have to be good. Penn Gaming does betting. There's no real advantage in betting. You build a sports book, that's it. The reason Penn Gaming bought Barstool is they now have an audience that they can drive to their sports books, right? And so the same will happen with
still have to make a great product, though. I mean,
it's true.
So, yeah.
I say for that.
Are replicating.
We're winning, boys.
Well, because right after that he goes, you have to have a good product, and I was like, no, dude, you don't. You got to have a good enough product. It's got to be good enough. If Conor McGregor's whiskey is just as good as the other whiskey, I'm probably just gonna go with Connor's because it's good enough. And like same with Prime, like I'd rather drink Prime Energy than Gatorade because I have a little bit of an emotional connection with the people who made it. I think the story's cool, and if they taste the same, they're the same price. I'm gonna go Prime every single time, dude. Prime time.
We're working with a company here in the UK, right? That like it's the big mezcal brand. They're like massive in Europe, taking over Asia.
Oh, are you talking about the NFT project?
Yeah. Oh, did you? Yeah.
I like them.
We spoke to them about this, because Bryan Cranston and Jesse Pinkman, they made a mezcal brand as well, right? And it blew up. They sold it for fucking millions. Like it did really, really well, really quickly. And I was like, oh shit, like it must have been a good brand, right? And they're like, no, it's terrible. It was like the worst. It was all rushed. It was terrible quality, terrible flavor. Yeah. They didn't put any thought or effort into it. But they sold off to a huge brand because they had that influence, and they made a couple of promo videos where Bryan Cranston's like, Jesse, let's cook, and he's like, yo, Mr. White, this fucking mezcal, so good. Light work.
That's how it is, dude. It's important to have people who can do the content like that. There's a company that I'm talking to help make content for them, and they're a huge fucking company. They're not an NFT project. They're a big company. And they were just like, yeah, we can't get people to get excited about our product. It's a good fucking product, but we can't get like normal people to care about it. And I was like, that's where the branding comes in. Like that's where having a good content creator can help and like kind of build a community who's interested in it,
Yeah, like look at NFT boxing, or not NFT boxing, like just the general
influencer boxing. Yeah.
They're fucking selling out more shows there than the actual boxing itself. Yeah. So that shows something, right? People do have these connections with these people.
Yeah, and you gotta be good enough. Like I remember watching the first or second Logan Paul fight, and I was like, this is bad boxing. Like this isn't fun to watch. But now like they're better. Like some of the YouTubers actually are. You can actually watch it without wanting to leave. And I'm like, okay, like they're good enough. This is something that I could see myself paying for. Probably not more than $20 for a pay-per-view. And some of them are charging like 70, which is fucking insane. I'm like, bro, Canelo charges 70. He's the king of the world. How are you also gonna charge 70 when you're not even good at boxing? And like you might be someone with like a few million in like the influencer range of followers, but at the same time, like in this world, dude, it's not even enough to have millions of followers. Like some people have millions of followers and aren't even known. Like there's many TikTokers with like 10, 20 mil that nobody knows their name because they just have their own little bubble,
But NFT boxing, boys.
NFT boxing, let's do it. Anyways, all right, let's try. Speaking of NFTs, here's the volume activity chart for the last 30 days across all blockchains on OpenSea. So that's all right. That's not so bad, I guess. What do you think? What do you think about that?
Well, it's green.
Technical
analysis with the boys.
As of yesterday, users at 29K, volume 10 mil, 75,000 transactions. I wonder how big or small those transactions were though. Like, are people buying 0.02 ETH projects, or are they buying other shit? Because we have the top 7, or sorry, for the last 7 days, the top 10 project. We got Renga. This project kind of came out of nowhere. I still don't understand it. Apparently they've got a bunch of stuff. Like they've got some kind of box thing that is also the Renga black box, which is literally worth more than the original Renga. I don't know anything about this stuff though.
Because you burn the black box to get the Renga.
Ah, okay. Yeah, got it.
So that supply is going down, right? But I actually haven't dived into Renga, and I don't really understand what they are, what their utility is, who they are, what they've got planned. Yeah, I don't
know too much about it. No. But the Solana, I mean, look, there's another project in the top 10. We got Yukio, 71 Sol, volume 8.5 Sol. That's suddenly like a few $100 actually, now that I think about it. But that's in the top 10, dude. Like Solana's kind of making some moves, bro. There's another one here in the top 10, Wade FNF. And I was in the Bet3 Discord, and I was very shocked at how fast that fucking Discord was moving, dude.
Really, yeah.
That's not surprising.
I have not seen a chat move so fast since the bull market of 2021. Like that shit it's still moving fast, dude. 24/7. Like what the hell? I mean, they're all grinding for whitelists, I'm sure, but it still was crazy. Like every 2 seconds, I got to swipe up all the way like through 30 messages. So he's definitely. I mean, it's gonna be good, dude. And his mint is cheap, bro. It's like $60 to mint the NFT, and there's like 5,000 of them, so he's still gonna make like $500,000 or something like that off the mint, which is great because you'll be able to put some stuff together. And the thing is, with his project, it's already live. Like you can already use the platform. So he's doing a bunch of good things. So I'm really excited for him. Should be cool.
That is actually interesting because we had a conversation with someone the other day who was trying to do a similar thing. And the question is, do you do a free mint in that case? Because you're just onboarding members into this casino. But then again, it's like, but then why do you token gate a casino? That's just like, shooting yourself in the foot, right? So it'd be interesting to see how they play it. That'd be
they're trying to do a Barstool Sports style thing / DraftKings. So with Barstool, they want to, they're right now they have like an influencer campaign. Like if we can find someone who makes sense for the brand, they want to like sponsor creators and help make their content, help push the project and stuff like that. So I've been thinking about it a little bit because I'll be working at the bar. I gotta understand the football game again. So I gotta get back into football. And if I'm already getting all the football stats and I can gamble with 10, 20 bucks because that's how Solana does it, like that's kind of fun. Like to gamble with 10, 20 bucks for a game that I don't really care that much about. It might add a little bit of like extra whatever. I can talk about the betting at the bar, onboard some people from the bar, you know, it should be good.
You're going to be chilling for Cody.
Yeah, I'll be like, Cody, I'm at the bar, dude. Like, what's that thing about the NFT project again? Like, get on the phone with this dude.
So, have you got a job lined up in the bar already?
Yeah, I already got it.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, I start in, what's today, the 21st. My mom comes into town tonight for a few days, and then I think I start like next week on Monday or Tuesday.
Nice, man.
Yeah, it should be good. Hell yeah.
Sick.
All right. So we got a couple other things. This was interesting to me. Matt tagged me in this yesterday or 2 days ago. YouTube will bring ads to the shorts, according to audio from internal meeting and two people familiar with the situation. The company plans to pay creators 45% of ad money, according to one of the people. YouTube creators have traditionally received 55% from the ads that played before and during the videos. According to the leaked internal audio, YouTube will lower the barrier for entry to YouTube Partner Program, allowing more creators to make money from YouTube ads. I don't even care if they're doing this. I just need to be inducted. I already met everything. They won't induct me.
What?
It's fucking bullshit. I've been ready to go for like 8 months.
What the fuck? That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm making any money, but it's probably a couple $100 a month that I'm missing out on. So it sucks a little bit, but I've been pending, dude. It says I'm in the queue. I've been in the queue for fucking 8 months. And every time I text them,
how many views do you have across your channel right now?
Right now, it's over 100. It's like 150,000 a month.
Per month?
Yeah. Well, so there's a lot of shorts that I'm making too, which is really, really helping. But I have 8,000 subscribers, like plenty more than the 1,000 it requires. I don't really know what else. Apparently, there's just a bunch of people in the queue. That's what I keep getting. But it's like, you know, I've heard people who get monetized in like 2 weeks, and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
But like, mate, it's, you know, you say it's not a lot, but I've got 600K views across my channel, and it still made me like 3.2K US from just ads. So you should definitely keep chasing that.
$3,000 a month?
No. For the entire time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I mean, I would love to. I don't know what else to do. I've watched every single video on YouTube to try and get it done, to get it streamlined. I've talked to everyone. I'm stuck. Every time I get to the end of the conversation, it's like, well, like we can't do anything. You're in the queue. Just continue being patient. I'm like,
that's super weird.
All right. So yeah, I don't really get it, but
I mean, yeah.
But anyways, the point of that was to talk about the shorts though. Like I've been yelling at everyone to make shorts for like months now. And just only because of the unique like exposure you get on there. Like there's no other platform right now that offers that. Even TikTok, I feel like, has slowed down a little bit. Like your videos can still run, but YouTube right now, dude, like every other video runs. It's crazy. Like you just post anything with a half decent title and it blows up. So I'm glad like I spent those 3 months figuring out sound bites and titles, because that's really, really been helping me. But that's good. I mean, this is ads, so ad money. Great job for everybody.
That's it, man. Happy days. I definitely need to get on the shorts game more. I need to get more content moving, but yeah, we'll get to it.
Do it, bro. All right. Let's move on. We got. Why did I bring this page up? I forget why exactly I brought Izu in. Maybe to talk about the art or something. Like it reminds me a little bit of the biopills. They're apostles. I like this shit. I don't know if you guys checked them out. I'm definitely looking to pick up one of these just for the art. I really fuck with it, and obviously to support the PA ecosystem and the Izu guys over there. But dude, their art is pretty sick.
I like it. I think some of them, like that first one you just looked at, the more I look at it, I actually want to be sick. I don't like the way it looks.
Which one?
Weird, that first one.
I actually want to be sick.
Yeah, there's a couple. There's a couple that suck. Yeah.
Extreme reaction.
There's a couple, right? It just like instigates this weird thing in my brain where I'm like, oh god, I feel a bit queasy after looking at that. But like some of them,
funny.
I mean, look, that's how I feel when I look at Tom. Sometimes I'm just like,
yay!
But when you're wearing that Joyage Kingdom beanie, you'd be looking good, bro.
Thanks, bro.
And then also,
why did that one have a snorkel? Do you see that?
I don't know, dude. Yeah, some of them are kind of weird. But anyways, the reason I brought it up, actually, now I think about it, was definitely the layout of OpenSea. So now I'm here showing my own project, but this is my art NFT project thing. So here it comes up with the creator fee. So mine's set at 10% because it's an art project. And because I set that like 10 months ago. And I would change it, but I don't want to. And so there's 6.3 volume, 0.7 floor, 4% listed, 46%. This is kind of hard because it's actually should be closer to 90%. But since I added in, so it says 46 items, there's actually only 20. But there's alternates in there that are in my wallet that are just there to swap for any of my access key holders who hold the torches. But it's cool. The new layout, it looks professional. I think it looks better. It's just a little bit hard to get used to it. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I don't. It's okay. Again, I quite like the old one. You know, I like it when it feels nostalgic. When you've been using the same thing for like 6-8 months, you're like, no, don't bother changing it.
That's true.
It's like
that's
like when Facebook used to come in with like massive changes, and it's just like, oh, this is so unnecessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
true.
iPhones, you know, you get a new iPhone, it's like, I don't even have a fucking button anymore. I've got to like swipe up and like do my face, you know, just keep it simple.
They are changing a lot. It's like TikTok has changed their fucking layout like 600 times in the past 2 months. It's getting crazy, but they'll find one that sticks, hopefully. But anyways, here's the main story here.
Kwon!
The Kwon has fled the country, fam. He's been issued a warrant from the South Korean law enforcement, and Do Kwon is literally on the run. This is not a movie. This is not some weird, you know, Project X or, you know, I don't even know. Like, he literally is just running away, and he fucking. This is the funniest part, dude. Like, this is why I know we're in a simulation. Motherfucker tweets about this too. He's like on the run, and he's like, let me put out a tweet real quick. And he says, "Dear CT, I'll tell you what I'm doing and where I am. If we're friends, we have plans to meet, and we are involved in a GPS-based Web3 game. Otherwise, you have no business knowing my GPS coordinates. I really don't understand why otherwise this would be true. Think about whether you'd be comfortable with the same level of invasion of privacy for yourself." This is actually true. It's a true statement. And then he says, "I'm not on the run for any government agency that has shown interest to communicate. We are in full cooperation, and we don't have anything to hide. We're in the process of defending ourselves in multiple jurisdictions. We've held ourselves to an extremely high bar of integrity and look forward to clarifying the truth over the next few months." Now, this, I would be down for this if he wasn't like actually on the run, you know, but he would be in court. I feel like I don't know. I mean, maybe not. Maybe the South Korean setup is different. Like, if he gets caught, he's going to die, but I don't know.
But it's tough, right? Like, you seen that documentary about John McAfee?
Which one? What about it?
Where, because he was on the run for years, and he ended up getting extradited and all this stuff, but he was traveling illegally through South America, got on like some fucking random boat, got smuggled into Panama, like faked passports, all this stuff.
Whoa.
Like, you should watch it, man. It's crazy.
Dude, it's fucking crazy. It's a fucking wild story.
I've seen some of those documentaries. I've always wondered, like how did that really happen? Like, what is that like?
This is like, you know? this is, they were filming it as it was happening. It was like they were literally with him when he was jumping to countries. It was not like a retrospective. It was like,
what?
They were vlogging his him.
He invited Vice to go and be like his full-time filmers.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
He was fucking
very interesting.
Mad. He was
very interesting.
Do Kwon though, like, for sure, he's just like tucked up in a rice paddy somewhere in Southeast Asia, hiding, fucking acting casual. This guy.
Yeah, the Kwon is not in Singapore. Apparently, he's not in the city-state. He will assist the Korean National Police the ambit of our domestic legislation and internal obligations. This, I don't know if you guys saw the documentary on Netflix about Quadriga. But Quadriga was a Canadian exchange that helped people trade Bitcoin, altcoins, and stuff way back in the day, like super early crypto. Yeah, dude. And the crypto crashed, and he realized, shit, we're way over leveraged. So same story with all these projects that are doing this, and basically faked his death, disappeared off the face of the planet. Everyone couldn't figure out what happened, and they haven't been able to solve it. They don't know what happened. Maybe he died. I doubt it. It was kind of bad timing for him to just disappear and have all the keys with him, and everyone lost all their money. But it kind of reminds me of that. He's literally running. I'm like, holy shit, this guy got away with millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. And he's just like not here. He's just taken off.
Imagine that. Made all that money, you can't even spend it.
Dude, I forget who I talked to this about, but I'm like, dude, if I'm on the run and I've also got hundreds of $1 million at my disposal, bro, goodbye. Like I'm either in space, I've bought an island, or I've disappeared. Like goodbye.
Yeah, the moon's taking $500,000 it is for property. But like, no, you just go to a facial clinic and just like be like, yeah, make me look like Kim Kardashian.
For
Just
real,
like,
dude.
face
Yeah,
up
there's
and-
black markets. Get a new
Oh, no.
ID.
Ugh.
You'd be
Good shit.
easy, mate. Give me 100 million, and I guarantee you never see me again.
Just we need a real life AI body transformation now. That's the next step. That what's weird is like that kind of stuff is gonna happen probably in our lifetime. Like cloning is already happening, AI generated whatever. Like people are gonna have access to these things too, which is gonna be. It's weird because when we think about it now, we're like, oh, we're gonna have all these regulations. Like, what about this? What about that? And it's not gonna be like that when it's happening. It's gonna all happen in front of us as it happens, and there will be legislation and rules that happen as they come. It'll be kind of the next step, rather than just like boom, mic drop, and everyone freaks out. But it's gonna be wild. Like that's why I'm here working in this industry, because I'm like, I need to be here when it happens. Like I want to be covering it, and I want to be someone who matters a little bit in this space, just to be here. And like it's just gonna be fun to witness.
No, I agree, my friend. I agree. It's gonna be a wild one, but who knows what it's gonna look like? Who knows?
Yeah. All right. So we've got what did I say here? Oh yeah, so the ETH merge is done. I don't know the results on this. We touched on this lightly last week, but basically it's just proof for people who don't really know. It's just a proof of stake. It's going to be a lot more good for the environment. That's pretty much the main headline. Is just good for the environment. It's cut environmental impacts by like 99%. It's not going to make it faster. It's not going to make it cheaper. That's probably we'll see people with the we'll see you guys with the update in about 12 years, with about 600 delays. But it was cool. I thought it was cool. It's like, oh wow, we didn't delay it.
No, and it worked. Like it went through with no hiccups. All seemed pretty good. I mean, surely that builds confidence in the team that is collectively working on the project.
But we also found out that ETH is literally held together by like 2 wallets that holds like 50% of the supply. And I was like, oh shit, this is like not decentralized at all. Like not even a little bit.
Wait,
and
sorry,
so that has. So
this is news to me.
Right. So this is the main argument that like Solana and these other blockchains are running with. They're like, okay, well now that we can't hit you with the climate change thing and the fact that it's so bad for the environment, we'll hit you with the fact that it's not decentralized at all, nowhere near as much as people thought. And so now like companies that have an actual decentralized supply, it's like, oh shit, this is like a super, super interesting narrative now, because they're going to be able to push that and be like, well, Ethereum's not actually decentralized. It's like super centralized, and we're going to have all these regulations. Like it's basically just going to become the same shit that we already have with our debit cards. It's just going to be Ethereum, which is interesting to me, because like that's not really helpful for anybody. But at the same time, we don't really need anything. Like we just need a digital currency that you can use at all times and not have like for example, like my bank has randomly will just be like, nope, can't use the card. Or I'll just be like buying something on Amazon and it'll just be like, nope, failed. And I got to go through this whole process to be like, let me use my fucking card. Or like it's like with Coinbase shut down their platform during the merge. You can't withdraw or deposit. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like that was the whole point of this shit. So we could have control over it. Like we barely have control over anything else. The government can do whatever they want,
I don't think I really care about the whole idea of them having all the funds in 2 wallets, because I'm sure they're not the standard wallets that we would assume they are. They're not going to be like MetaMask wallets. They're not. Vitalik sat there in his pants transferring. Like, and someone's just said it, Pat. Coinbase owns 1 wallet. Probably everything does. Surely everything's owned by wallets and individual wallets.
BlackRock. BlackRock's got it.
Exactly, man. Even banks, at least the fucking money's in them wallets. Banks have got all that money tied up in everyone's houses. So whatever. Yeah,
for me it's more just about like I want to be able to access it if I need. Like if I'm in some random country, it'd be nice to just be able to always have money and not be worried about changing it over to another currency or having to go through customs or like all this stuff. And I just like it. Like I don't know. Like I've definitely come to care about it more as I've been in the crypto space. But I don't know. Tom, do you have any thoughts on the ETH merge, or should we move on?
Just on that note though, about them like going to different countries and stuff, and I suppose this is more of a question, like, because ultimately for crypto to have value, you have to be able to like transfer it into fiat, right? Essentially. Right now, you have to get to be able to buy, if you went to like Costa Rica or whatever, and it's like if you wanted to buy food and all you had was crypto, you would need a bank account to be able to exchange that crypto into fiat. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's not like that's not helpful though. Like right now there's basically zero reason to like other than to get in early and to be a pioneer in crypto. There's no real reason for crypto yet.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
just here. So it's tough right now. Like it's really hard. It's really hard to go with something that helps right now.
But that's the point about like how we're still so early on this, in that it's not actually like it doesn't have real world value when it comes to just being able to like pay for living expenses and shit, because you have to put it through your banks. You have to put it through a bank. So it's difficult to be like completely it's impossible to be unreliant on, like, this is what Andrew Tate talked about the other day. He was talking about how when he got cancelled by all the platforms, all of the banks fucking shut all of it, like HSBC, Barclays, all shut his bank accounts down. And it's like that's actually scary as fuck, because you're like, well,
Exactly,
how do you now pay for stuff?
Exactly.
How do you pay for stuff?
I mean, that's why I just like when I start dollar costing my way into crypto, I'm just gonna keep it on a ledger. I'm like, I just don't trust anyone. I don't care who they are. It's gonna keep it on my ledger. I don't know what. I'm sure there'll be easier ways to deal with this shit in the future, but like for now, dude, everyone has lost my trust. I don't care. I won't use Coinbase. I won't use Voyager. I won't use anyone anymore. It's just the fact that like BlockFi can get fucked, and I'm like, dude, BlockFi was like they were like the savings account. Like I don't know, like I thought of them as like a safe savings account type of thing, and they get fucking like audited, and they're all this weird shit, and like they're going down, and like what? And then we look at Robinhood. Like Robinhood lays off 30% of its employees. I'm like, shit, dude. Everyone's been over leveraged this whole time. We've just been in such a euphoric little tech thing that everything's kind of just being brought back down to reality for a little bit. And they're like, okay, hold on, like keep building. You have plenty of money. Good luck.
How do we feel about like stacking crypto compared to investing in like real world assets, like physical real world, like real estate? What's if you had one or the other? What would you choose?
I wish I was more diverse. Like I have a house here, but I could have for sure bought more property up north, and I wish I did do that. I wish I took more money out and moved it into fiat and did that. To be honest, because the gains are great, but safety is even better. Knowing that you're good is way better feeling than fucking 5x.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a fat stack of cash. I think that's probably what I'm working on first, and then I'll start looking at other things. But honestly, dude, Alistair Mosey's message of just like, he's like, look, it's great if you can invest some money into things. He goes, but if you're not like rolling, tossing 10K at a time, he's like, it's almost like not really worth it. He's like, because you could off chance, get a little 5-6x, or you could just use that $2,000 or $1,000, whatever, and invest in something that's going to bring you direct impact on your skills as a person, which makes you more valuable, so you can charge more for whatever. And I definitely like that style of investing. It makes way more sense to me. And then keeping cash on the side for sometimes there is a big opportunity. Sometimes there's a flash crash or something. You can pick something up at discount. But I don't know. Like, we'll see what happens. But definitely be focusing on cash.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, I agree. I've got friends that I speak to them, and they're like, "Oh, yo, you still into that crypto thing?" I'm like, "Yeah, obviously." But they're like, "Oh, I've just put in £100 this month." I'm like, "Mate, like." He's like, "Would you reckon it'll go up?" I'm like, "Yeah, maybe to 110." Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, seriously, it's pointless. Go and take that money. Go and take your mum out to a restaurant. Like, you have more over the next 12 months from that.
Yeah. My NPC coin, meme coin, did not pay off. I lost all of it. Some bullshit, dude. I bought the fucking top.
Oh fuck!
I bought the middle, sold the top, bought back in at the top, and then it crashed all the way zero. So I lost everything there.
I did that
That's right.
V-chain.
Oh no, shit, dude. All right. Well, anyways, here's the last little story we got here. I texted this to my dad because he lives there. But crypto, Bitcoin, Colorado has accepted for the first state in the whole country to accept Bitcoin to pay your taxes. That's actually like kind of crazy to me.
That is wild, because that means the government is accepting of Bitcoin as a payment for tax.
And they're basically integrating with PayPal. So that's the move here. So it looks like PayPal is pretty bullish on crypto, but that's crazy, bro. You can literally pay in Bitcoin, not like you can use Bitcoin, like you can actually pay with your Bitcoin. So that's cool, dude. It just gives me more validation that like we're here, because otherwise these companies just wouldn't be bothering. Like a company like PayPal wouldn't bother. A company like Starbucks wouldn't bother. A company like Adidas wouldn't bother. It doesn't make any sense. I'm like, why do you guys think this place is dead if the biggest companies are here now when the euphoria is left? Like if you really thought it was some scam, they would have come in the euphoria stage, which some did, but they would have left by the time we got here, and some did. But the biggest companies with the most money are here, so you're like, oh shit, why are they still here then? You know?
Yeah.
It's quite funny because I'm like, it's when I watch Andres' videos when he goes and does the street interviews and he's asking people like, he's like, what would you have, $100 of crypto or $100 of cash? And they're like, $100 of cash. And it's like, okay, well, interesting. There's clearly like a long way away from people like really understanding what the fuck's going on. But yeah, it's
well, they don't need it. You know, like they're like, why would I hold this crypto? And like, to me right now, I don't have an answer. It's like, well, no reason, honestly. Like, it's not, that's why I'm focusing so hard on the entertainment side of my videos. Like, I've definitely changed over some of my videos to that style of content. It's fun to make, but also, it's just like, there will be an entertainment side. There already is an entertainment side. We just need the attention back. And so that's where I'm banking on. Like, I'm building my credibility in that sphere of making that kind of video, and then building up my skills to like pump out those videos quick, so that when any kind of bull run returns, I will still make the same videos. They'll just be better and faster, and then I can capitalize on all the new attention. And that's been working. It's been working pretty well.
It's always about entertainment. I was just watching some YouTube before, and this random dude popped up that I'd never even fucking heard of, and he's a car YouTuber, fucking massive, like millions of subscribers.
Stradman or something.
No. This is a dude. Like I can't remember what it was, and he was like pretty like he was boring as fuck. Just a regular dude, just like I'm sure it'll be off my phone, but yeah, like, and I was like, this just goes to show you don't need to have shit to actually make it on. Like, you just need to be consistent, keep showing up, and like be obsessed by like one thing. Just if it's cars your thing, but if you do it for long enough, you keep making videos on cars, like you start getting invited to car shows, you start fucking like it's just it's easy. I don't know. I'm surprised more people don't do it, but like that's why we're fucking here, because we're literally laying the foundation.
Yeah, and I'm making sure to make videos that I come up with too. Like I noticed for a couple of weeks I was like waiting for things to happen so I could cover it for my content. And then I was like, man, I need to come up with things too. So like I've actually probably in the last month or so I've spent more time pondering in the past like month maybe. I don't think I recognize them.
JWW.
Yeah, I don't recognize them. That's the project for the channel.
English guy, 736,000 subscribers. Seems like a lovely dude, but he seems like every one of my mates who, nothing interesting going on, but he likes the cars.
Well,
yeah, well, I mean,
that's it. Like everyone, makes content or they make YouTube videos, and then you see it in the NFT space, man. A lot of YouTubers have just stopped because it's like, all right, cool. There's no more videos. They're not thinking long term. They're not thinking keep up the content. Even myself, I'm struggling, like you said, Cade, to kind of think of content to make. But that's why I'm just going to reshift it back into something that I know I can create content for a long time. And I'm not interested in the immediate results. I'm not looking at it thinking, oh, how can I make money from this video? I'm thinking, how can I get some views and more people on the channel from this video, And I think you just got to restructure it. And it's the same with everything, though, because if you have these immediate gains, that's when people fucking go a little bit weird and they're like, everything should be immediate. I don't want to work hard for anything. Even with Zerk Pass, I'm like, it's been 6 months old, still doing stuff. Haven't been like, let's drop a Gen 2 now and make loads of money. I'm like, what can we do? To actually make it cool.
Speaking of Zerk Pass, talk to me about the biggest differences between Zerk Pass Lite and Zerk Pass. What's the next one? What's the next one called?
This fucking guy doesn't even know what he's on about, does he? You really don't know what you're on about.
It's Zerk Pass Lite, and then there's Zerk Pass something else.
No, well, you mean like the Zerklin?
Huh?
The Zerkling.
Zerklins.
Zerklins
is like there's 2 tiers. There's only 1 tier right now. There's 2. There's one inside of the Discord, which is free access, gives you free alpha, and also access to some whitelist giveaways that we do. Zerk Pass Genesis, which is the free members, which is like all of the whitelist, all of the alpha. But I've always said it from day one, like I don't want it to be about alpha, because I literally think it's the crappiest thing on earth. Like just saying, come here for like crypto calls. It's like, yeah, cool, but that's not who I am. So now I'm trying to form it in this way where, we have these different tiers and we create this ecosystem, and then we end up making a Lord of the Rings Zerk movie. How does that sound?
That's pretty sick, dude. I'm down.
No, I can't can't say too much what we're doing, but yeah, bringing more people into the community and just like keyword there, building that community out really, just so we've got people there that are active and like handpicking them. But yeah,
I think it's to say like it's what like Cade's done extremely well over the last year. And yeah, like I've had the kind of like realization over the last couple of weeks, which is like, okay, well, what content am I going to make? Am I like excited to make that I know that I will make for potentially decades? And I had the answer. I was like, just need to start. And it's instead of going and being like, oh, the fear of like going out making a piece of content and only 100 people seeing it. And it's like when I have had like thousands of people seeing stuff, it's like, you'd have to completely take that out and be like, no, we're starting from square one. And it's the same thing with like, where do our communities come from? It's from us just being content creators and being consistent, putting ourselves out there. And I think like, yeah, we kind of all got skewed a little bit from looking back at what happened like 9 months ago. And it's just like people who didn't have a community, didn't do content, didn't fucking put any effort in, didn't have any experience would come in and make millions from dropping like a generative collection. And I think we've just got to completely forget that even almost happened because it was ludicrous.
It's kind of sad too, because like they're like more or less like, think about it, fucking hype bears, the people who just dropped that project, like they're set for life. Like they literally are set for life because we wanted to gamble on them. I'm like, man, people put all this work in. Just like, what the fuck?
It's bullshit. Like, this is what fucking annoys me about the NFT space, right? Like, and I'll say it straight. Everyone is fickle as fuck. Like, people don't have a brain in their head. They're not looking at the statistics. They're looking at floor price. Like, I had a guy comment on my shit yesterday. He's like, I was like, who wants chapter 2 of like this story that I'm telling on my fucking Twitter? And he's like, what, your chapter 1's at 0.3 below mint. Why don't you fix that one first? I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, let me fix my floor price real quick. Let me fix that problem.
You're talking about the right thing. You just jumped on it.
Yeah. And that's why I didn't drop a project, dude. I was just like, it's not worth me having to split up my attention and try and maintain this floor. That doesn't matter. Like, like it just doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't help anyone or it's whatever. Like, people go through waves, and like, where this is the only space where people have to uphold that. There's tons of companies where, Facebook doesn't stop working when Facebook's stock drops 30%. It just keeps doing its thing that it's always done,
Exactly. But like,
people don't stop using it. It's the Facebook platform that people use. Like, it's still there. Even if Zerk Pass did a negative 90% and just tanked all the way to zero, the stuff that you can do on Zerk Pass is still there. So it's like, who cares, right?
It's cool, exactly. And like, to the point, there's projects that had like a fucking 10k supplier, was like a 0.15 mint. I think it was called like Ugly Friends or some shit. They sold out like 2 months ago, and they made 1,500 ETH, and the floor's like 0.0001, and they're just gone. It's like, you fuckheads keep minting shit. Stop. Like, actually look at the people that are active and doing something. Join them communities. Like, the ones that have been living for 6 months, that's pretty impressive, I think. Like, if there's any floor at all held to that, then obviously something is being done. And those are the projects you should back. You shouldn't just get in and just sort of like buy all this random crap that's coming up.
Yeah, I agree. But that's the world we're in. And that's why it's cool. Like, for me, I haven't done a review for a YouTuber project in a while. So when I was doing the one for Cody, it was actually kind of nice because I was like, damn, I can actually respect this project because he dropped it in a bear market. So props to you also, Zerk, for doing Zerk Pass. And doing a whole new thing in this kind of market where inevitably people are just going to complain about whatever. And I was like, wow, like, Cody hasn't dropped the project. This is like his first one. He dropped it no matter what the market. He's built a strong community around his brand for a while, and he pushed off till he had an idea that was necessary that potentially could fill a niche I think in my period, like in my head, I'm like, this is a good time to drop that project, honestly, for the Solana degenerate community. When I was in their Discord, I was like, wow, it really is a bunch of degenerates, dude. They're like, they just want to gamble with $10-$20, and like, he's offering that solution, so this could work. But I was like, this is cool because this is an actual idea, and he didn't drop like a 25,000 collection, make $1 million off the bat. Like, he's not making anywhere close to some amount of money, and he's been putting in work through this whole bear market. So I'm like, okay, cool, this is something I can get behind, and I want to see how it goes out. So it was fun for me to do that.
I'm big fan. Like, I think it like totally fits with. It made when I saw him like talk about this like probably a couple of months ago now, when he started like being like, I'm going to do this and announced I'm going to make an NFT sports betting company, and I was like, That makes total fucking sense. And I think you're going to fucking crush it because like clearly understands that market. He understands the nuances around Web3. I mean, it's definitely something that, you know, if the mint goes well, like he should be able to raise some really good like VC capital to be able to build that out. And you know, he's a hardworking, super diligent, very smart guy. Like, you know, that and knows that inside out, and it is that avatar. Like, it makes total sense, and I can see it fucking crushing it.
I hope so, dude. I hope so.
Yeah, I really do. I really do.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be Zerk. So you've taken charge of Neuromod, right? Like entirely?
Yeah, basically. Like it was kind of, it just got to the point where nothing was getting done. I'd put forward advice, nothing was happening.
Yeah.
And everyone inside this is again, like, I'm an advisor, right? And then everyone inside the project's like, fuck, they're doing nothing. I'm like, all right, I'm just taking over now. I'm just going to do it. Because,
dude, that's funny. I'm going to be looking at the floor, see if I can find one. Should I be looking at certain traits?
No, they're all the same. They generate a cash token, which you can then use on a whitelist marketplace. But it has this fully built custom education platform built into it. But some of the courses were like, you know, how to set up a MetaMask wallet and stuff. And I'm like, no, let's not do that. Let's get high quality traders coming in and just educating people on an hourly basis every week. You know, just do something like that. Like where you can ask a Q&A, or we say, Cade, jump in and talk about content creation. Like actually real life stuff. Just moving away from NFTs in a little bit, because everyone knows how to make money on NFTs. Buy early, dump on everyone else.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're seeing. Like we're seeing people offer. I've seen this on Twitter a lot. People are like, "This kind of content's not being out there. I'm going to do it." And I'm reading, and I'm like, "Bro, that's not needed content, though. Like maybe it's not being made, but like maybe that's for a reason." Like they're like, "How do you trade in the bear market?" I'm like, "Guys, there's no how to trade in a bear market. You're just gambling and you're pulling slots. And some people get lucky and some people don't." I'm like, there's no secret here. Like, this isn't helpful information anymore. It changes. It's different now. And so like I've meditated on this a lot the past like month, which the problem is when you sit there and you ponder about a whole lot of other shit. So I've gone through like 16 different identity crises at the same time, me trying to figure out what kind of content to make. But it's been good. Like I try to figure out videos that are necessary to make that I think can actually help. So I'm making videos about people who want to work in the NFT space. So I basically made a list of every single blockchain NFT job, Web3 job you could have. And I'm just going through them, making a series on that. And I'm like, okay, like this could help. So it's not going to get that many views, but like, it's going to be needed at some point. And when someone looks it up, I'll be one of the first people to make those kind of videos. And so I'm more just making videos, trying to stay consistent, because I know like people have said the market's dead and forever, but it's just not. Like it's just a word.
No way.
It's a gambling market, dude. When money comes back, people gamble, and this is the place to make the most money. So I'm like, we just literally have to wait it out.
Yeah. Goes back to what we were just talking about earlier, like 10 minutes ago, about how people don't even understand what crypto is. They don't care about it. Like Andreas Salinas, the guys are saying, $100, please, because they literally don't fucking know. I go to like a family meal and I sit across my auntie and uncle, and my auntie the other day, she's like, are you still making that fake internet money? I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up. I don't like you that much. Like, I'm about to pay for this bill. Is that fake internet money? Right? So no one gets it still. And we haven't hit that point where it's easy to understand and it's easy for people to get into. And the government comes out and says, you got to use this now because that's what we're doing. Because at the end of the day, people don't give a shit. They don't want to learn.
Yep.
They're busy in their life.
That is true. Also, speaking of learning, this is a segment me and Tom are adding in, even though I forgot that we were going to do it until an hour and 22 minutes. So we'll do it quick at the end of this segment here. So we're going to ask ourselves a question about business that you should ask yourself, that unless you make it a point to ask yourself, you probably would just not do it because it's like annoying to do it. You know, it's kind of like journaling. It's like most people don't want to journal. It's just like the active journaling is what helps. So it's kind of like a good little segment that I think is just helpful for business. Brett loved it last time. Brett jumped on to actually help us answer the question. I think last time we talked about who was your direct competitor. And so that was kind of fun to hear, like what Brett, especially Brett, like who his competitors were. And he was like, well, I guess Rug Radio is one of my competitors. And like, who else was it he said? I forget, like NFT Chat or something like that. It was interesting, like hearing who his competitor, he was like Barstool Sports, you know, for one of his companies. I was like, wow, this is actually kind of a cool question. Like mine is like the other YouTubers. And so that's kind of what the questions are. So let's see if I can find a good one. Unless, Tom, you have something that you want to ask.
No, bro. Shoot.
All right. Questions to ask. Here we go. Here's if I can find the link from last week that I used. A lot of these are like questions to ask yourself before starting the business, but I'm trying to ask, like, what questions can you ask yourself during the business, like during the business journey, that'll help you and like get a little bit more clarity, especially once you're going for a while. Okay, what have you spent too much time on this week that didn't bring any actual ROI, that maybe you fooled yourself into thinking you were? Like what wasted your time this week?
YouTube videos. Watching YouTube videos for research purposes, like seeing what people are talking about to get video ideas. And then you sit there for fucking 2.5, 3 hours and you're like, no, this is good. I need to do this because then I'm actually learning. And you're like, no, you're not. It's
like reading self-help books.
I do that often. Yeah. Yours is reading books.
Fuck, I'm gonna die in stream.
Jesus.
No, it's Jesus Christ.
That was sick.
I was just saying, self-help books. It's the same idea there. You can keep reading them forever and it'll feel good every single time.
Yeah.
But you're never going to do anything with that information. It's helpful for a while. Like get what you need out of it. Like there's a couple of YouTube channels I've been watching that has some information that I wanted. And so I watched literally every single one of their videos. And now I'm like, okay, I got that part of myself covered. I'm good to go. And I closed the account or I stopped watching him and I was like, good, I got what I needed out of there. So that's a good one. I've definitely wasted time doing that too.
Like as well, the YouTube algorithm's a meme bastard. It knows exactly that I want to watch Johnny Smith fishing for lobster and fishing marlin right after I watch Bento Boy's videos on the top project. You know, I'm like, I am intrigued in the world's biggest marlin and what it looked like. I will click it. You know,
so I'm actually the same. I think obviously we're all the same because we're like YouTubers. There's a reason for that. So there's a plugin that I have, like Chrome Firefox extension, which allows me just one button click. I can toggle off so YouTube, the homepage is completely black.
Yeah.
So no recommended videos. And I've noticed actually, because I would agree, the same thing is like I've probably been binging too much non-educational, just like fucking like entertainment, just chilling out type of videos over the last couple of weeks. And so I turned that off and I noticed, and then I turned it back on the other day. So, but it makes a fucking difference. Because I'll go on to go and choose some music to listen to, and then I'll see literally first fucking video comes up, and you're
yep,
it's like that. Some gimp fishing for lobster in the deep sea, and you're like, yeah, fuck yeah, oh yeah,
watch this.
I don't.
What's interesting? What's interesting is the other day I got up early, like earlier than I had been. So I had basically an extra 3 hours of day, which I've been praying for. I'm like, I just need 3 more hours. Then I'd have everything done. The truth was I finished everything early and I was like, I didn't think this would happen. And I was like, wait, now what do? I was like, shit, I haven't prepared for if I actually got the things I need to get done on time. And I was like, fuck me, dude. This is actually weird. And it's interesting with mentality. It kind of taught me about that. Cause I was like, wow, you could pull yourself out of a rut and be so used to what life is like in the rut that you literally just throw yourself into another rut. You know, you solve one problem and you just come up with another one. And I was like, fuck, dude, that's how it's going to be. Cause I've asked everyone who's had money. I think I've maybe asked Zerk to, and if I haven't, you can answer this too. But once you've got money, you think, all right, now that I got money, I can relax. No other problem is going to be a big deal. Money is their only real problem. And then you get the money and you're like, okay, now I have problems still. And every show is just a riddle with rich people and problems. And I'm like, fuck me. For real? You guys still have problems?
Yeah, you realize it's not the money because in reality, everyone hits their rent most of the time. Everyone can afford to feed themselves. Everyone can afford to still do stuff with their friends. It's not actually the money that you end up chasing. For me, I really beat myself up about not having done something impressive. For example, that company that did that money through lockdown did all them amazing numbers, but it was on a product that I didn't care about. And there was also people making way more than me. So I know it sounds ridiculous, but I wasn't impressed about it personally. I didn't go look in the mirror and go, you're a fucking Steve Jobs, you motherfucker, you did it. I woke up and I was like, oh, great. What's next? Because this money's great. It's ticking in. I'm not really working hard for it. What is this it? Is this life?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not.
I can imagine what that's like, especially seeing those numbers when the numbers are so crazy that you're like, this doesn't really make any sense. Right now I'm just watching this fucking ding, 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 ding coming in, and you're like, you're not doing anything. you're like, fuck, it's that easy, and this doesn't feel fulfilling, or like,
No.
you know, you're like you said, you look in the mirror and you're like, I haven't done anything, but yeah, that's where it like comes like full circle, where you're like, okay, well, now what is the next thing? And that's where the entrepreneur journey doesn't stop, because you're just the sort of person that just wants to move on to the next thing, because you're just like interested in getting to that next level and pushing yourself further.
And I think that's why personal brands are so good, and YouTube's been so good, because the thing that's brought me the most amount of happiness is we went to that NFT event the other day. I met a guy and he's like, "You're the reason why I got into NFTs." And I'm like, fuck. I was like, that's so sick. And I was like yabbering on to my girlfriend the whole night. I was like, yo, this is what he said. And she's like, yeah, cool. But like, that was more exciting than making fucking, actually, it wasn't. Making 200K is amazing. But like, you know, hearing that, you're like, oh, that actually feels good. And you remember that way more. And it's a bit
I completely agree. Like, yeah, I've had that as well, where people have been like, yeah, you were the first video. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, do you recognize me, dude?
Yes, Zerk's always there. They're like, oh my god, Tom, like, you're like, do you see any of my videos?
Oh my god. Okay, wait. I have another question. Is my business scalable?
Which business? What?
Is it like, this is a question asked just like, is your, like, I feel like people haven't asked this question. Like, I've asked my question about this question. It's the reason I've bothered to continue the Brutally Honest reviews, because like that business is extremely scalable in a bull run. Like, it is very, like, I can make a lot of fucking money doing that, and I plan to, because I made money last time and I fucked it all on stupid shit, I guess. And so I'm like, okay, this time that's not going to happen. So it is very scalable. Like, when the market comes back, I get more offers. Like, it's really that simple. Like, people need exposure. Not a lot of people do promos. This is a good in between. A lot of projects I've noticed have true good intentions and want to do well, and so they have no problem spending that money if they think if it's worth it. Most projects aren't like started by absolute pieces of shit. Like, they genuinely want to make something work, and so the business for that reason is scalable, because it's needed, and there's just not that many people who've done them. Like, I saw Ash was potentially going to get into some reviews. I think that's great, because I can't cover every single project, but I think it's a good little. I think it's a good space to get into, you know, but I have asked myself that question. But have you guys asked that question for like Unorthodox, for example, or any other businesses you guys have?
Like, for me, the answer is like extremely simple. Like, the reason I'm doing Unorthodox is because of the scalability. Like, it's like almost infinitely scalable, and building into a blue ocean, like maybe the biggest blue ocean that we've ever seen. So yeah, for me, I'm like, the game is how hard and long can we work at this? And it's like, give it 10 years. It's like, how can you not be successful in something where no one on the streets fucking know what's going on, but in 10 years time they will? And we're here doing all this now. Think about all the brands that have dropped NFTs, and they're like, all the names that we talk about. 99% of businesses haven't even fucking considered their like blockchain strategy yet. And there's so fucking many businesses with like the ones that entered social media marketing like in the last few years. We're basically at that stage now where social media marketing started 10 years ago. We're there now with crypto. So it's like, this is I fucking wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Like, unbelievable.
100%. I agree.
How about you, Zerk?
Like, a little bit of alpha here. Like, Zerk was putting together a deck for a pitch proposal for an unbelievable fuck me, it's even difficult to explain. It's like a big entity within the UK, iconic entity, and he's putting together a pitch proposal. Looked unbelievable, and it's like,
Chelsea FC.
What's that?
Chelsea FC.
No, it's not a football club, but it's a big fucker.
Yeah, it's like that is just, it's just the start. Like, just the very, very fucking start. And that is exactly what we're excited for. So the answer is yes. Is it scalable? Well, at least that's what I believe. I don't know what Liam thinks.
Zerk, was it tough to build a pitch deck for OnlyFans, or was it pretty simple?
Not when you've been on the platform for 7 years. I agree. I've been in businesses before where I have looked at it and I've been like, is this scalable? No. Therefore, my motivation is gone. But with Unorthodox, with NFTs in general, I wake up and I'm like, fuck yeah, this is fun. This is good, because it's going to be good in 2-3 years time as well. Like, I spoke with Tom and it's like, it's great. you're having these conversations. It's like, what is our 5 to 10 year goal? And I'm like, holy shit, this is what I needed, because I've never had a 5 to 10 year goal before.
Same.
In ad hoc,
Same.
e-commerce. And then it's like, so that's what I want.
Yeah. I was the exact same. Like, this is the first time I had this epiphany, like maybe a few weeks ago. I was like, I literally told someone, I was like, this is the first time in my life I've had like clarity on a 10-year vision. And it's like, because people always talk about it, they're like, have a 10-year vision, got to like aim huge. And to be honest, I think I was in the same position as Liam. I was doing e-commerce, I was trying to do my own things. And it's like, you're like, well, where can this go? And then now it's like, oh fuck, like when you're swimming in this like big pool, which hasn't been filled yet, no one's jumped in, you're like, oh shit. And it's crazy the fact that we are together putting a pitch deck together for this potential proposal. It's fucking mental. It's absolutely fucking mental. It is, because it's like that it just shows how early it is.
It's nuts. Like, we should never be able to even be in the same room as these guys.
Yeah. That's the same thing I took back from NFT NYC. Like, some of the people we met there, I was like, bro, what am I doing here? Like, why am I talking to this human being? They are so rich. They have done so much shit. I'm like, yeah, I'm a YouTuber.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, I should be here.
Fuck that idea of like thinking about people's money and then putting the value to them for that. Because I've met some fucking idiot rich people. We've met plenty.
Yeah, it makes me feel bad too, because I'm like, damn, bro, this fucking idiot got rich. I'm like, are you kidding me? I got this. Like, that's how I think. I like, some people can take that and go, I suck. Like, I'm not worth anything. But in my head, I'm like, okay, if that motherfucker can actually do it, then I have got this. Like, I'm not going to stop working. So like, at some point I should be able to hit some kind of goal.
That's it. It's all it is persistence and a little bit of consistency. I'm not the most consistent guy, but I'm a persistent fucker. So like that is the number one thing. If you're persistent, you'll hit it eventually. It's a numbers game. It's like going to the nightclub and my girlfriend's outside, but see how many girls you can pick up, right? When I was single, okay, like it was like, it's a numbers game. You go through 5 and eventually one says yes, and sweet.
Tom, you heard him. Stay persistent. Just continue telling Zerk not to move. Just tell him to continue staying at England. Actually, how about this, Zerk? If Unorthodox blows the fuck up, you guys get sponsored by the Premier League, but you got to stay in England. Are you staying in England, or are you still gonna like? What's the real motivation? I'll
move to Australia, then we'll scale it up in Australia and take over Australia. Like, the plan is world domination, mate. World domination.
This is already like we've spoken about this. Like, it is impossible for us to cover APAC, like that time zone. It's impossible. So we will need an office in North America, in APAC, and it's like, to have one of the founders over there is just it's like, it's actually insane. It's something that we would have for a normal business. The founding team, they'd be having this awkward conversation, like, guys, like, for us to really hit another scale phase, maybe someone's going to have to go to New York, maybe someone's going to have to go to Singapore. And
we have all our friends who are in this sphere too, because if you need someone to open up or help, you can just be like, yo, you're in that state, like, do you want to do this thing with us?
Exactly like, we've got a solid network in North America. I know we're not going to need to go over there. We'll just hire someone, or someone come on. But for like Asia Pacific, for Liam to be able to go and cover that time zone is like that's an unbelievable thing to have in the back pocket, and especially in the time when it's amazing. It's actually awesome that we've got that. But yeah,
and I think as well, like again, coming back to the experience that you learn over just being persistent with stuff, like, we've learned how to automate things now. We've learned how to optimize things and make it more efficient, so that we're not needed on the ground all day long, every single day, right? Like, we have that confidence in us where we can say, this is an easy problem to solve. We're not even going to worry about it, because there's ways around it. So
that only comes with time. Like, genuinely, like, I know that there'll be a lot of like younger folks like than us who are less experienced, haven't worked in big businesses where there's like layers of complexity, layers of admin. And that you understand as you grow older, there's a reason why that admin exists, because it adds structure, it adds process, and it helps people complete stuff faster, and it makes less stuff go wrong. And it's just the reality of trying to scale a business, is that you have to have those layers of operational complexity. I think there's a lot of young people who just, they haven't done it. Like, I hadn't done it until a few years ago when I worked.
That's actually a good, I know we're at an hour and 40 minutes almost, but like that's something that was probably my biggest, what's it called, catalyst into sending me into my identity crisis. Cause I as a kid, I think I've said this on the stream, like I've definitely, I was a naive kid. I would look at people who are badass in my head and think they have made every decision, the most moral decision. They're perfect. I could never get to their level, but I will strive to get to that level because they've done all these great things. And as I've become older and older, I just realized how human they are and how many mistakes they make. And, you know, half of my idols growing up have like fucking DUIs and like have all these problems. And I'm like, oh, wait a second. Like, fuck me, like none of my heroes are as heroic as I thought. They're just normal people, and I just thought they were. It was kind of sad to me because I was like, wait, but that's what I've been chasing. Like I've been chasing that, and that's not possible. So what the fuck do I chase now? Like there's no version of me where I'm perfect in the future because none of the people that I looked up to that I thought were perfect. So I'm like, shit, that was like my identity. I was chasing that, and I was like, oh no. And so I had a bit of a crisis because I was like, yo, what's the difference between someone who makes a good decision and a bad decision? Because there's a moral decision and then there's a business decision, and they're not always the same. The best moral decision isn't always the best business decision. And the people who won the game, maybe they chose the business decision and that's why they got to the top, versus someone who chose the moral decision and they didn't get to the top because they chose the moral decision. And it got this dilemma in my head. I'm like, wait a second. What is the difference? Like, who is good? Who's bad? And I remember making that video from a few weeks ago, and then I didn't post it because they paid me not to. I wasn't going to make the video anyway. That was the justification I made in my head. I was like, well, they paid me to make the review. I was going to post it. They said not to post it. So they had them pay me the rest of the money to do the video, like as I was supposed to get paid. And I didn't post it. And the moral dilemma in my head was like, should I have posted that video anyway? And then in my head, I was like, oh, like maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe the people who got to the top do these kind of things. And I just started having like chaos in my head, you know? So
it's interesting, man. Yeah, you can for sure look at people and think they're superhuman. Like I was the same. I think everyone's done it, right? We've all been there and we've looked at this person on YouTube probably and been like, fuck, this guy lives the perfect life. He's so smart. He never fucks up. There's no cuts in any of his videos. He gets these words out so perfectly. That's a big thing for me because I'm really bad at talking. And then I'm like, even though I just ramble on and on and on. Sorry about that. But yeah, like Ivan Gadzi, for example, I used to look at him and be like, damn, this kid's fucking like 22, smashing it. Like, I'm a fucking loser and this guy's a legend. But in reality, it's like, well, no. You know, he has his downfalls as well. He all he talks about is his past. So there's obviously like some hung up there. But seriously though, like every podcast I see, he's banging on about his past.
It's true.
Dude, everyone fucking hates that guy. I'm sorry. Like, the way he communicates is great for clicks, but people do not like this dude in the comment section I've seen. They're like, who is this fucking tool bag?
Oh really?
I think he's gonna have like like the hero arc thing where he comes around and has a bit of a I do think he's had so much success so young, and that's another
thing that I was thinking about. Those, like, you can always come back if you start off negative. Like the people who I remember when I would work with people and they were cold in the beginning, like cold shoulder, and then it made me want to like earn their good graces or something. And I was like, that's interesting. Like they can start off as a dick. Jake Paul is another example. Starting off as a dick, starts to become less dicky. Andrew Tate starts off extremely polarizing, becomes a little bit more conservative as he comes. Still has some spikes here and there just to throw people off, and then goes right back to becoming a little bit more, you know, family friendly, more PG-13. People like, oh, maybe he's not so bad. But like because he started off so hot, he got all this attention. Like, damn, like, is that the way to do it? So it's just creating all this chaos in my head of like, what's the right thing to do? Does it matter if it's the right thing to do? And I don't know, because I'm like, well, what would this guy do? And I'm like, well, I don't know anymore. Like I thought he would do the moral decision, but now I'm rethinking things. Like maybe he didn't do the right decision, and that's why he got to where he's thinking. And so, yeah, that was just something I've been wrestling with the past few days.
It's interesting because I've probably done it subconsciously as well. Like, you know, like I said, I'm looking at other people's videos on YouTube and I'm like, oh, that's how you should act to get lots of views or actually build a personal brand. When in reality, personally, for as long as I've known, I've kind of considered myself as not this like hero good guy character. I've kind of perceived myself as this like sneaky, not sneaky, that's a weird way to put it. Like darker humor, kind of negative, bit of a villain sort of character. And I like that more. I feel like I associate more with that. Not in a bad way where I'm like doing immoral stuff or I'm nasty to people or anything like that. But just like, you know, but so the content that I did make about the Yeti project where I was just slating them and just being myself, like this project is fucking shit. Like I much prefer making that because that's me. That was my negative side. And that's what I want to talk about because that's my narrative in my head, right? So that's natural.
That's what it really always comes down to is that it always comes down to the authenticity factor. It always comes down to you just being your true self. And like you said, like you're having all this chaos in your mind about what you should do, like if it's decision making or like whatever it is. Ultimately, at least this is how I go. I always now I refer back to my like gut feeling. I refer back to like, what is the thing that inside me? What is the decision that inside me feels like the right decision? Even if my head's saying, oh, I'd like do this, it's like, what is the initial gut feeling? And I'll always go back to it, and it'll always be like strong. Like it'll always be, that's the clear like decision. It's always that. And I now lean towards the kind of like not giving a fuck. I think you kind of just have to, it's almost impossible now to like it is impossible to keep a fully polished persona.
I agree.
So especially with us putting ourselves out there, like you think about all the stuff that we fucking said over the last there's so much stuff out there that can be cut up, like clipped. It's like we're fucked. Sure. We're fucked anyway. So you may as well just like have control over that. Control what we put out there. We have our own channels. We'll be able to like control it. And yeah, I just think being authentic and
okay. How about this, Tom? Let me push back onto this point then. What about like when you make that decision with your gut? My next dilemma into the rabbit hole of that was like, okay, well, how do I know? Like in my head, I'm like, oh, I've always been nice. I've always been the guy to put in extra work and to, try and help people when I can. But then I'm like, but why did I do that? Was it so that I could get something, or is it because I was nice? Like, was I just doing that because I think I'm nice, or was I doing that because I think I'm nice because then I'll be in their good graces. I'll have more leverage. I'll be able to get a higher, whatever. Like I guess in my head, like now that fell apart, I'm starting to struggle with like what was real, what was just like preordained, what was I just kind of taught and I just did this subconsciously. And it makes me think, I'm like, shit, like why was I like that? When you go into different settings, you have different versions of yourself that you put out. Like when I was in NFT NYC, I was a little bit more loud and a little bit more extroverted than I normally am at home. And then I was like, how was that in school? Like I was the nice guy in school. I came to the restaurant. I was the loud, obnoxious guy / depressed when I got home kind of thing. Like that's like the funny thing that people make about comedians. Not like they go home and they get drunk and they like hate their life kind of thing. And then they're funny on stage. And I was thinking about that because I was like, why was I like that back then? Was it to get something? Like, who was I really? And it was just weird. It's like a whole identity crisis in the past few weeks.
So again, interesting because
I don't know if it's like, me and Liam are a little bit older now. We've been through a shit, and like I've been through so much fucking shit. I just like it would be very easy for me to come up with all these fucking narratives about my life and like make excuses or like basically like take myself out of the picture and like put blame on other things that are out of my control instead of just like taking accountability for and responsibility for my own actions, which is what I have always done. Like, so if someone says like, do I have any regrets, which is a common question, it is like wholeheartedly no. I have absolutely no regrets, because if you have regrets, it means you're taking accountability out of the equation. You're not taking responsibility for all of your actions, which is what you should do, because you make your own decisions. So I have no regrets, because I look back and I'm like, why I'm here right now. If I hadn't made every single decision as I have, I wouldn't be here with you guys. Wouldn't be doing cool shit with Liam. Wouldn't be doing cool shit with you each week. I wouldn't have met you in New York. And sure. Like there are parts of my life where I'm like, fuck, I compare myself to my peers, my mates that I grew up with at school, went to university with. You compare yourself and you're like, well, okay, well, I have to still take responsibility of all the decisions, because I could have lived their life. I could have like 2 kids by now. I could have a house. I could have a car. I could fucking have all that shit. But I know that wouldn't make me happy. I wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be my true self.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I respect that. And you're 100% right. Like taking ownership of your shit. Like that's one big thing that I've kind of learned now. Like before, it would be like, I had this like thing in my head where, because my parents broke up when I was younger, didn't do well in school, was a naughty kid, and I was like, yeah, that's just who I am. I'm just a naughty kid who has really bad attention because my parents broke up and stuff. But in reality, I kind of sit there, and today I was on TikTok in bed for like fucking 40 minutes, and I'm like, you lazy fuck, get out of bed, you piece of shit. It wasn't like, oh, I'm on TikTok because I'm tired, or I deserve a lane. It's like, no, just get up. Like, you need to be harsh on yourself, and you need to just no excuses. It's you. Your faults are your faults. Deal with them. Like, but
for what we're doing with our lives, like you have to have that mentality. Like, it's almost like it's not even a chicken and egg situation. It's like, If you don't have that mentality, we wouldn't be here as well. Like we would have given up,
Yeah.
right? Like a lot of the content creators who have done, and they fucked off because it got too hard. They couldn't think about stuff, you know, whatever. But we're still here. We're still doing stuff. We're still fucking deep in the space, all three of us. And that's the reason why we're still here, because we kick ourselves, we get ourselves out of bed even when we don't feel like it. We fucking, you guys go to the gym every day. You run every day. Like we exercise every day and we do stuff. And yeah, we stay yoked. We stay yoked.
Mine ain't that good.
Liam's pipes actually look fucking big next to his head because he's got a big head.
Damn. All right. Sorry, my video is a little bit laggy. Like I see Zerk 5 seconds after he does anything, so I just saw his muscles. But damn, looking yoked, bro.
So on that note, I've got one example, because this is actually, we talked about not like looking at our heroes and thinking they're like squeaky clean. They're these characters that never do anything wrong. One, I saw this yesterday, but like this is a dude who I looked up to when I was a kid. His music came out when I was probably like 15 or something. It was Maroon 5. And Adam Levine.
Shit.
Seen what he's done
about this?
What did he do?
Yeah.
This came out yesterday. So this is fucking this is actually this is peak. Do you not know this? Do you not know what happened?
No.
It came out yesterday. Some Instagram like girl, like
OnlyFans girl.
Posted a video, and she was like, look, like 5 years ago, I was having an affair with Adam Levine, and showed all these screenshots of all this. And then she was like, he texted me earlier this year and was like, are you okay if I name my second kid your name? Just
he's married, bro. He's got like a whole family.
He's married,
like,
married to a Victoria's Secret model.
Yeah, but you know why though, don't you?
Why?
She's the queen of only 80.
I'm like, Adam, bro, you're kind of famous, my dude. Why are you sending Instagram DMs to this random girl? You're famous. She's gonna screenshot this shit. Like, are you stupid?
That's what I mean. We're just monkeys running around with bank accounts. Like the bank accounts are separate to us. We're still monkeys. Everyone's a fucking idiot.
Exactly, man. Honestly,
I have thought about that though, Tom. I don't know if you have, but like, well, I guess you guys are both in committed relationship. I've just been very, very reserved with A, giving up my phone number to anybody, and then B, like what I send to people, because I'm like, shit, if this could actually come back to bite me if I say something that
I'm absolutely so fucked. I'm so fucked already.
Oh god,
I feel I same with Liam. We're beyond fucked. So don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
I've got like 25 different shots of my dick on Facebook.
Yeah. Oh no.
Honestly, one hacked into my iCloud or like WhatsApp, it's like it's game over, man. And like any of my friends could just ditch me in, it's done. It's like, so it's out of your control. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I've got one dick pic. There's one dick pic floating around in the ether. One.
Have you minted it? Is it minted on Ethereum?
It's a one of one. It's on Magic Eden, so no one's gonna be able to find it. So I took this, and dude, it was when I was like in maybe I think I was either in high school or maybe like freshman or sophomore year of college. I was younger. I think I was in high school. And it was like this chick. She was so hot, but I'm pretty sure she was like a digital person, like someone I met online. And she seemed hot, but I didn't know if she was real. Like I didn't know. And I remember like just being like, I really don't know. Like, and I was just like, yeah, but she's really hot. She keeps sending all these pictures. And I finally just like sent one. And as soon as I sent it, I was like, you know what? I don't need this. This is too risky. So I just blocked her after. So I blocked her. I've never heard from her ever since. So there is a nude of me just out there. And I don't know anything else.
Brave, man. You sent it to some random girl. Like the girls I sent it to, I'd met before. You know, they weren't.
She had an Android too, bro. She had an Android. Like, what was I thinking?
You know, some dude sat in China.
It was a man. It was a man.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. It's just some fucking bot in China.
But I know I remember why I sent it. I sent it because I asked her to send me a photo with like a weird like symbol in her hand. I was like, do this or something like that, just to see if you're real. And she did. So I think that it was a real person, but it was also weird because like she was kind of strange, and I was just like,
in response to that, you sent her a picture of your dick.
I know she asked me for nudes, and I was like, "Well, I'm not going to send it. Like, I have to know you're real." And
you were like,
"I promise."
Flash up a gang sign. Show me that you're real. I'll send you a picture of my cock.
Oh god.
So just a quick one before I leave you. I've got some chicken downstairs. It's definitely cold now, but I used to run Instagram pages, right? So I had an Instagram page of these naked women, and it was like hot girls basically, and it had like 40K followers, and basically people would pay me for run ads for like men products and stuff, because it's all like old men that are sat there watching it. So I'd have to like download all these photos of girls and upload them to Instagram. Anyway, I get a DM of this guy non-stop. He keeps hammering me DMs like, hey baby, let's talk. Hey baby. And I'm like, messaging back like, yo, fuck off, whatever. And he's like, please, I want to see your body. I just fucking really want to get to know you. Like, please. And he's like sending me these selfies and all this stuff. It's like some old man in the Middle East. I get my phone one morning, I'm eating breakfast and I've got like my top off, and it zooms in and I'm like, what the fuck do you want, mate? Stop DMing me. And it's just like, I was like, I fucking run the account, mate. I'm a man. Leave me.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
So, don't worry, there's plenty of weird people out there that have done some weird shit online. We are safe. We joke.
That's true. That's a good point. That's a good
We're
point.
not safe. We're not safe. We're definitely we could get torn down, but fuck it. Well, you can't. There's what can you do? We're done now. It's done.
It's done. Fuck it, dude. Fuck it. You know what? And honestly, that's a decent place to stop. I think that's probably the most appropriate thing I could see us ending on. So all of our nudes are, well, I guess only my nudes are out. Tom, you sent nudes before?
I mean, yeah, like, but I can't remember who to. I don't. Yeah, it's just a Liam actually. Yeah, he's got them all. He's got them all there.
Oh boy.
Like, yeah, I mean, but yeah, have I taken a picture of my penis before? Absolutely, of course. Who hasn't?
Tip for anyone sending dick pics: it's necessary to include your body, not just a picture of your wee wee. That no one wants to see that shit. So take a full body picture for going to is what I've heard from the lady friends.
What?
So just that's the alpha. Look, that's the alpha. You only get that kind of alpha on tea time.
Hang on, I thought the alpha was that actually women really do not like dick pics. I thought that was the alpha.
They don't like dick pics. But if you're hot and you have your whole body plus your dick in it and they're interested, then it's different. But if they're not interested, do not send unwarranted dick pics. Everyone listening, do not send unwarranted dick pics. But if you're gonna send one, make sure it's got something else in it.
If you are a cryptocurrency that is looking to get coverage on YouTube, please come and sponsor this show. We
need a where to earn condom to use. That would be the best. Can we get a where to earn condom NFT project, please?
An Izu condom.
I'm gonna become a part owner in Izu and start that branch. All right. Well, anyways, guys, thank you for being here in tea time. If you made it to the very end, code word
peace
is nudes with zeros, so that we don't get demonetized, even though I'm not monetized. But yeah, code word is nudes. You made it to the end. Thank you so much for being here. This was fun as fuck. Make sure you click the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna add Zerk's description or bio, or I'm gonna add Zerk's stuff in the description after this because I didn't know he was coming until a few minutes before. But yeah, dudes, that was fun. Thanks for coming on.
That was great fun.
Fuck yeah.
See you next week.
Yep. Guys, until next time, continue on your Joyage, continue to learn, and be grateful you're alive watching this video.